We're one step closer to baseball here. Maple Mountain wearing the all home white uniforms. The Golden Eagles will take the field, I'm assuming, when the conference on the mound is taking place. One of the more longer conferences I've seen here. The two coaches, Gary Miner for Maple Mountain and Mountain Crest head coach Alex Hansen, seems to be having a very cordial conversation together, along with our home plate umpires for the ball game, just making sure everybody's ready to go here as the clouds have come into Orem that's covered up the sun. And we're just about ready for baseball on what's actually a really nice day for baseball.
It's actually a great afternoon for baseball today, Ryan. Compared to the last couple days we've had here, you never know when we're going to get our next pitch in. Clouds have we've had some wet weather the last few days. Clouds are coming in, but they will stay high today, and it's going to be a great afternoon for baseball. As they finished out their coaches meeting, looks like Maple Mountain's getting ready to take the field. Again, we want to thank today's sponsors that make this broadcast possible, and that's the Car Guys. You can find them at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork. Stop in and see Round Ear Calvin and their staff. They'll give you a great deal on a great vehicle. Many of their vehicles still have factory warranty. If they don't have exactly what you're looking for, give them your price range and tell them what you're looking for. They'll go out and try and find it for you. And again, we also want to thank MVP Sports for sponsoring our MVP Player of the Game. At conclusion of today's ball game, we will choose an MVP Player of the Game. And we want to thank MVP Sports for their sponsorship in that Player of the Game. Again, you can find them at 72 North Main in Spanish Fork, or go to MVPSportsUtah.com. Stop in at MVP Sports for all your shoes, sporting good needs. They're there to fit your needs for you, so stop in at MVP Sports today.
So Dallin Peterson, number 14, gets ready to take the mound. Peterson, one of the fresh pitchers for Maple Mountain. We haven't seen him, and it's kind of a strategy coaches can use. They can throw out their top pitchers early on in the week, or they can maybe try to see if they can hold them back. And so a lot of teams will go. We saw a lot coming into Monday, into Tuesday. A lot of teams went out there and threw their number ones as their season's on the line. So Dallin Peterson will get the ball today. Peterson, throughout the season for Maple Mountain's been kind of that Tuesday starter, as the Region 8 will play a Tuesday-Thursday schedule. So he's been a lot of times that Tuesday starter for Maple Mountain throughout the season.
And again, you got to hand it to Maple Mountain. You know, they've had their backs against the wall a little bit, and they're able to just bounce back. And, you know, if they come ready to play and put things in play and play like they can, you know, you'll see a great game today from Maple Mountain.
The Mountain Crest Mustangs played late into the night last night. Their game didn't get over till around 9 to 9:30, and then back here today this afternoon. So we'll see how Mountain Crest and Maple Mountain, how this one's going to go, as Austin Jones, the right fielder, gets ready to stand in the box. Dallin Peterson set on the mound, and we're just about ready for baseball at about 1:45 Mountain Daylight Time. As Peterson on the mound looks into Jake Maffey, he'll get the sign. And Peterson kicks and comes home. And the first pitch away for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. And we're underway here at game time, about 1:47. About 66 degrees here in Orem right now. The 1-0 pitch. Dallin Peterson winds, kicks, and delivers the 1-0. That one right on the inside corner, taken for a ball, and it's 2 balls and no strikes.
And that was a pretty good pitch to miss off right there, as he just misses the corner right there on that one.
Peterson set, ready to go, getting the sign from Maffey, and the kick and the delivery home, the 2-0 pitch. That one sits right there on the inside corner for a called strike, and Dallin Peterson gets his first strike of the ball game, delivered to Austin Jones. Mountain Crest will go with Jones, Leishman, and Acevedo, 1, 2, 3. That one missing low for a ball, and the count moves to 3 balls and a strike. And for Dallin Peterson, getting ahead in the count early on is going to be important against this Mountain Crest team.
Yeah, they definitely can come back to haunt you.
Cade Polson leaps into the air but couldn't quite come up with that one, and Austin Jones is on as he gets a 3-1 fastball and lines it into left.
You know, Peterson Polton just so close right there. Just couldn't get enough leap off of it for Jones to get on.
And so with nobody out, Tanner Leishman will come to the plate. Austin Jones, the runner over at first. Mountain Crest last night against Spanish Fork, content at times to swing the bat. Other times, though, in this situation, they would lay down the bunt and move the runner. Peterson set and comes home, and that one misses inside a little bit high for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Maple Mountain wearing the home white uniforms with maroon writing and maroon socks. Mountain Crest going with the all gray tops and the kind of the orange sleeves today. Pickoff move over to first, the throw low, but Holmes not able to get the tag down in time as Austin Jones dives back safely. Mountain Crest and Maple Mountain. Winner plays again tonight at 7 o'clock. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Peterson sets. Throws back over again, and again applying the tag is Holmes, but diving back safely is the runner, Austin Jones. Peterson from the stretch comes home. That one swung on, popped high up on the infield. Colton Hamilton is there. He's under it. He'll make the play for the first out of the ball game.
Again, Ryan, one thing we've talked about in all our other broadcasts, and it's going to be important for Maple Mountain today, where they're in the bottom half of the bracket, they definitely got to get outs early, and when they have the chance, they need to try and get on the scoreboard as early as possible.
And Dallin Peterson looks to be shaken up as head coach Gary Miner looks like pops out of the dugout. He's going to go have a word. And now Gary Miner, before going out there, he conferred with the home plate umpire. So I think what he was checking was to let him know if it was an injury or not. So that way that won't count as an official visit. I think they might see here if Dallin Peterson can maybe throw a pitch or so. Jake Maffey goes to make sure everything's okay. As Coach Miner explained to Coach Alex Hansen and for Mountain Crest kind of what happened. It looks like he was kind of pointing towards that lower back a little bit. But with 1 out, it's going to bring up Taylor Acevedo, the center fielder.
And it doesn't look like he'll throw any pitches just to make sure he's okay. So we'll get back to action right here.
Acevedo 0 for 3 last night against Spanish Fork. Had a pair of strikeouts in that ball game. Peterson sets and delivers home the first pitch. Acevedo takes that one low. A good stop behind home plate by Jake Maffey to keep that one in front. And it's 2 balls and no strikes to the count here on Acevedo. No score, top of the first inning. Peterson set, ready to go again. He'll snap throw again over to first, and Holmes, the ball comes out of his glove, but Jones was back safely. Here at Brent Brown Ballpark, 305 to left, 408 to center, and 312 to right. We've seen some home runs hit in this tournament. That one misses away, ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. Spanish Fork last night against Mountain Crest, hitting a couple out. Andrew Wixom and Jaron Hall for the Maple Mountain went yard yesterday. The 3-0 pitch about to come home. Peterson comes home with it. That one swung on, hit hard, but foul down the line. Kind of surprised in a sense to see a hitter swing 3-0. Typically you don't see that.
Yeah, generally you don't. And maybe Maple Mountain's taking the philosophy today that anything there, they need to be swinging because they know that they've got to put runs on the board this ball game because they know it's win or go home.
And I guess they've changed it on the scoreboard. It's 2 balls and 1 strike as the pickoff move comes over. I thought for sure it was 3-1, but apparently I was wrong.
Well, scoreboard operators always make mistakes.
That pitch high, that's ball 3, and it's 3 balls and a strike now. I know that for sure. It's 3-1 now.
Yes, it's 3-1.
As that one just missed a little bit high as Taylor Acevedo will step back in the box, get some signs here. Yeah, and it is 3-1. Alex Hansen, the Mountain Crest head coach, wanting to clarify that as well with the home plate umpire. So 3-1, should see something good to hit here. Fastball misses low and away, ball 4. Mountain Crest has a couple of men on with 1 away.
It's one thing you don't want to do right here if you're Maple Mountain. You don't want to dig yourself in a hole as they've put runners on now at first and second. If you're Maple Mountain, you want to throw a ground ball and get an out right here, as they got runners first and second in scoring position.
Patolian Takis stands in, the Mountain Crest starting pitcher today. He'll look to help his own cause here early on against Dallin Peterson. But as it was mentioned, Peterson's a ground ball away from being out of this inning. Pitch on its way, and that one sits right on the outside corner. No balls and a strike. And if he can just hit that pitch there, that's going to be a tough pitch for the Mountain Crest Mustangs to hit, because that's not maybe even completely on the corner, but just barely on that outside corner. No balls and a strike. Breaking ball there stays high for a ball, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Cade Polson, Colton Hamilton up the middle. They're playing at double play depth. Jaron Hall playing as he typically does, a few steps shallow in center. The breaking ball swung on, grounded through the hole on the left side. Coming around third is going to be Austin Jones. The throw from Cannon Minor is cut off by Sam Moore. It's 1-0 Mountain Crest. We talked about it so much yesterday, as we'll see on the Car Guys instant replay. Just a nice base hit. Sam Moore tried to get there, but just couldn't quite come up with it. A good relay throw in, but not going to get the speed there of Austin Jones. We talked about it for Maple Mountain yesterday, the importance of getting off to a quick, fast start, getting that early lead. But now it's a little bit different, because now you're the home team, and you got to get Mountain Crest out before you come up.
Exactly.
So Tanner Johnson, the left fielder, will stand in. 2 Tanner Johnsons on this Mountain Crest team. One will start in left field, and the other will start at second base.
Yeah, it's kind of odd that you've got 2 with the exact same name in the lineup.
The exact same spelling. There's no way to, outside of the numbers being different. The first pitch to Johnson, he lays down a bunt, and he'll send it foul over. Nice stop there by Coach Alex Hansen in the third base coaching box. And it's no balls and 1 strike.
They do have runners first and second. He did go try and lay down a bunt. He may have tried and even lay down a bunt right here for a hit, as well as trying to advance those runners over with 1 out.
The 0-1 pitch coming home. That ball swung on, hit well. Jaron Hall's going to get over there. He'll make the play, and there's 2 outs. The ball off the bat just hit very well as the wind really starts to pick up with 2 outs. Braxton Elwood's going to come to the plate. Elwood had a great ball game last night for Mountain Crest, definitely one of the bright spots. He was 3 for 3 with 2 singles and a double, and he came around to score all 3 times as a couple of raindrops begin to fall here. We were talking before the ball game, and our producer said to me, "Hey, look at the weather, it's great." And I said, "Maple Mountain's playing, so watch, a storm will come in." And sure enough, it looks to be...
He might be right.
The pitch on its way to Elwood is away for a ball, 1-0. And it's 1 ball and no strikes the count on the designated hitter, Braxton Elwood. Elwood with that slight open stance, ready to go from the stretch. Peterson kicks and delivers. That one swung on, grounded to second base. Hamilton has to try to get there up the middle. He can't. Coming around third is Acevedo. He will score. It's 2-0 Mountain Crest. Braxton Elwood now 4 for 4 in his last 4 at-bats. There gets enough for the RBI single. And Mountain Crest is rolling here early on.
Yeah, if you're Maple Mountain, you want to shut things down early. Again, still in the first, but, Coach Minor has to look and ask himself, how long will he really go with Peterson today?
Spencer Triplett stands in the box, and there's a breaking ball that gets over for a called strike, and it's 0-1. And that is definitely, a decision that you have to make in an elimination game, especially. It's not like you have a game tomorrow here where you might be able to leave him in. The 0-1 pitch, that one comes low for a ball, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike to count. And to give credit, it's Peterson's making good pitches. Mountain Crest just has gotten the balls to go right where Maple Mountain can't get to.
And again, it is early. Maybe they'll give him another inning or so. Hopefully he can get out at this one right here.
1-1 breaking ball. That one gets in there at the knees, and it's a called strike, 1-2 on Triplett. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count here with 2 down. Peterson working from the stretch. Takes a look at second and comes home with the pitch. That one swung on and fouled straight back. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes the count here on Spencer Triplett. Mountain Crest scoring the 2 runs here on the top of the first. RBI singles by Takis and also Braxton Elwood. Breaking ball, that one didn't quite get there as it bounced in the dirt for a ball, and the count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jake Maffey doing an incredible job keeping that ball in front of him. But right now, the Golden Eagles looking to try to find their way out of the inning here. Peterson leans in, now comes set, kicks and delivers. That one comes inside and it hits Spencer Triplett, and the bases are full of Mustangs.
And it looks like Hamilton's going to go to the mound and try and calm Peterson down just a little bit.
And so right now, I'm not sure, maybe it's a little bit of nerves on Dallin Peterson's part, pitching in the state tournament. I mean, you could try to sit there and try to figure that out, but if you're Dallin Peterson, you're still just an out away from getting out of this jam. You don't want to put up a crooked number. The first pitch, Tanner Johnson swings through and misses. It snowballs and a strike.
Yeah, you just want to relax and try and throw a strike right here and try and get out of this jam before it gets ugly. As Mount Crest has already put 2 on the board right here.
No balls and a strike to count. The right-hander kicks and comes home. That pitch swung out and missed as Tanner Johnson was behind that one there, and it was 0-2. Defensively, Jaron Hall out there kind of jumping around in center field. I don't think he might be trying to stay warm out there. As the 0-2 pitch about to come home to Tanner Johnson. The kick and the delivery comes. That pitch just misses high above the belt, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Pretty good pitch right there. May not be one you always want to lay off with a 2-strike count, but he holds back on that one.
1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Infield up the middle, normal depth. As the 1-2 pitch comes, that one high again, ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And you look at that 0-2 pitch, that's when you have an 0-2 pitch, that's the time where you can maybe go a little bit off the plate, see if he'll chase. Maybe you get the favorable, strike 3 call. So kind of one of those things you can kind of don't have to necessarily come over the plate 0-2. Breaking ball, that one high, ball 3, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes, and now you have to go over the plate 3-2.
Yeah, you got to come back with one right here with bases loaded. You don't want to give him a free walk in, give him that free run. So he's got to come back and throw a good strike right here.
Bases full of Mustangs. Runners will be on the move, and they are. 3-2 pitch, swung on, popped up, foul. As it was Triplett and Elwood both running home, or both running on the pitch there. Three balls and 2 strikes to count. Peterson ready to go. Comes set. He's going to turn and look to second, and he'll look all the runners back. Make sure they don't get as big as lead, although no one playing close to the bag at second. Mitch Holmes not holding the runner on. The pitch comes in. That's low, ball 4, and coming in to score is the pitcher, Petolian Takis, and it's 3-0 Mountain Crest. Not the start you wanted. Some action will now get loose down in the Maple Mountain bullpen. I think that's going to be Wes Childs will make his way down there and start throwing as the first visit out to the ball game. If a coach comes out for an injury concern, they don't count that as an official visit. So this is the first visit of the inning made by the Maple Mountain pitching coach out to Dallin Peterson.
And it looks like no, I thought they might make a change off the infield, but they're just going to have that conference. Take a little time, like you say, Child's getting down there, starting to throw a little bit, and hopefully they can just calm him down to get out of this inning right here with 2 outs.
Wes Childs threw in yesterday's ball game for Maple Mountain, came in to kind of finish that one down. And now with 2 outs, bases full, Jake Nelson, the catcher, coming to the plate, the 9th Mustang to hit here in the inning. Bases full of Mustangs here. Peterson set, kicks, and comes home. First pitch is low for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Braxton Elwood running at third base. Spencer Triplett at second. Tanner Johnson at first. 1 ball and no strikes the count. Ready to go. The kick and the delivery. That one's high, ball 2, and it's 2 balls and no strikes.
One thing you got to do, again, he's fallen a little bit behind in last couple hitters. He's definitely got to just relax and come back with a strike, and hopefully the defense can come up and make the play for him right here.
The 2-0 pitch swung on. That ball is lined out into right center field. It's going to fall in front of Wixom. 1 run will score. Elwood's in. Right behind him comes Tanner Johnson. It's 5-0 Mountain Crest here in the first. And the Mountain Crest Mustangs will bat around in the first inning as Austin Jones gets ready to come up. I'm sorry, that was scoring on the play Elwood and Triplett. Tanner Johnson now running on at second base for Mountain Crest. Caden Bowler, number 4, going to come in to run at first base for the catcher, Jake Nelson. So Dallin Peterson looking to just try to get out of this some way. He's given up 5 runs here in the first. Still looking to get out of it. The kick and the delivery on its way. Misses low for a ball, and it's 1 ball and no strikes the count.
Well, and I know that's what they're looking at. They're thinking, just throw us a ground ball, get us out of this inning, and then we can reevaluate our plan. But if he doesn't get out of something right here, how much longer do you keep him in is the question.
And his day is going to come to an end. Pitching coach coming out. This is the second visit, so they're going to have to make a pitching change. And if you're Dallin Peterson, you're going to end up going 2/3 of an inning here as Wes Childs will come in the ball game, unless it's an injury concern. But I don't think they have an option here on the second visit.
No, I think you're right. I think he's going to make a change right here. He's just trying to stall just a little bit to give Childs just a little bit more, a few more pitches. But I think you'll probably see a pitching change right here. Again, we want to thank Spanish Fork 17 for bringing you the coverage of today's high school baseball action right here on Spanish Fork 17. We also want to thank our key sponsors that make this broadcast possible, and that's Car Guys, 872 North Main right here in Spanish Fork. And we also want to thank our sponsor, our MVP player of the game, that's MVP Sports. Find them at 72 North Main in Spanish Fork, or go to MVPSportsUtah.com.
Not an outing that Dallin Peterson will want to remember. He'll head into the dugout. Wes Childs will take over, and we'll take a break here on Spanish Fork 17 in the top of the first inning. Mountain Crest 5, Maple Mountain 0. You're watching the state tournament here on Spanish Fork 17.
Voted 2014 Best Automotive Repair in Utah Valley Magazine, Dickerson Automotive.
What's going on today?
Oh, they're just here for the free Wi-Fi.
I've got Australia.
Dickerson Automotive has 3 ASE certified master automotive technicians that smell like bacon. Well, because everybody loves bacon.
Boy, it sure smells good in here. Is that bacon?
Bring home more bacon. In other words, spend less with the Dickerson Automotive Deal of the Month. Call for our specials or visit our website.
At Dickerson Automotive, we're committed to the finest repairs with personal care.
I trust Dickerson Automotive, and you can too.
Dickerson Automotive, way north on Main in Spanish Fork.
Auto, home, commercial, and so much more.
Tim of American Family Insurance has been good to us.
Protecting our business and making sure our claim went through rapidly.
My business is about helping people. I've discovered that my insurance agent, Tim Shanto, is all about doing the same thing, and I like that.
American Family Insurance is rated #1 in new policy purchase experience.
Let my family help your family. Save money on your insurance needs.
American Family Insurance.
Back here at Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem, number 19, Wes Childs, will come in relief here and try to get Maple Mountain out of the top of the first inning. A great start for the Mountain Crest Mustangs. And with 2 outs, the first pitch to Austin Jones is in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. The good news if you're Maple Mountain is you still haven't had an opportunity to hit yet, and you're early enough in the ball game where you can get those 5 runs back. No balls and a strike to count. The kick and the delivery home misses low and away for a ball, and the count evens at 1.
Yeah, there were a couple games we've seen yesterday that were like 9-8, 11-10. So it still is early. They just got to get an out right here and try and put their bats to work and see what they can do.
3-1 pitch misses low, ball 4, and Austin Jones gets a walk. So the first hitter that Wes Childs faces, he walks, and now the bases are loaded again for Mountain Crest for Tanner Leishman. Leishman is 0 for 1. He popped out to Colton Hamilton for the first out of the first inning. Leishman will take a look down, nowhere to put Leishman in the situation as the Golden Eagles have allowed 3 walks and a hit batsman. So kind of similar to that happened last night. I'm going to throw all those 4 together and say they've issued 4 free passes.
Yep.
2 balls and a strike, no balls and no strikes to count on Leishman yet. Got looking up the scoreboard and it hadn't changed yet. The pitch comes in, misses low for a ball, and it's 1 ball and no strikes to count. Maple Mountain just having a hard time hitting the strike zone so far. The 1-0 pitch, the kick, and the delivery. That one's high, ball 2, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Running on at third base is Tanner Johnson. At second base, it's Jake Nelson. As the 2-0 pitch comes in, that one swung on and fouled back. Sorry, that's not Jake Nelson. That is the courtesy runner for them.
They brought a courtesy runner in, and I forgot to get the number.
It's number 4. As the pitch comes in here from Childs, that one low and away, ball 30, and it's 3 balls and a strike. And right now, if you're Coach Gary Minor, the change in the pitching hasn't seemed to really help you. Childs ready to go. The 3-1 pitch about to come over the plate, and there's one right down the middle for a called strike. And the count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. The winner of this gets the winner of Timpanogos and Woods Cross. That one would be a 7 o'clock game. Runners take off. That one's lined to short. Cade Polson knocks it down. Gets up to his feet. The throw to first is past Mitch Holmes at first. 1 run will score. Holmes will throw to the plate, and coming down was the courtesy runner, number 4, and he gets gunned down at the plate. But Mountain Crest does their damage. They score 6 runs in the first inning. At the end of the top of the first inning here from Brent Brown Ballpark, it's Mountain Crest 6, Maple Mountain 0. You're watching Maple Mountain Baseball here on the Spanish Fork Community Network.
My name is Karma Karsten, the owner of Maple Creek Home Health and Hospice. Maple Creek provides care for those facing a life-limiting illness in the comfort of their own home.
Karma is a jewel. She was there on the floor with me when I went out, and she's got some very fine nurses, and I love them, all of them.
Maple Creek offers free consultation to anyone who may be facing a life-limiting illness.
Hey, do you know someone who needs cheering up? This design is a cheerful arrangement of hot pink carnations, lime green spider mums, pink alstroemeria, and purple accent flowers with a mixed green base. This is a cheerful arrangement for any occasion. This design is a topiary of alstroemeria in orange and yellow with cute Gerbera daisies and a mixed green base.
Carrie's Designs Floral is located at 245 South Main in Spanish Fork.
Well, Ryan, as we come back again, 6 runs off 5 hits. They did get that one throwing error right there at the end. And you know, they've got themselves in a hole right here, but again, they haven't been at the plate. Let's see if they can put their bats to work as we go to the bottom of the first. And let's see what kind of pitching that Mountain Crest comes with. You know, they could struggle just as much as Maple Mountain did at the start of the first. Again, they've played a lot of games.
And Mountain Crest struggled a little bit in that game last night against Spanish Fork, especially when it came to the walks, as the Dons were able to kind of fight their way back. Well, not really fight their way. They had the lead for a good portion of that, but Mountain Crest chipped away at that lead throughout the ball game. So the first pitch misses low for a ball, and it's 1-0.
So leading it off again for Maple Mountain will be the second baseman, number 8, Colton Hamilton.
Jaron Hall kind of working his hamstring out in between innings down the line as the 1-0 pitch comes in. That one misses low ball too, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. So the good news, if you're Maple Mountain, you've got 6.5 innings. You don't need to get all 6 back here in the first, but if you can get a couple here and a couple there, then that would really be able to help as Wes Childs continues to get warm down in that bullpen. As the count, ball misses low ball 3-0. And that was just really the thing. Wes Childs started throwing and then maybe wasn't fully all the way warm when he had to come in that ball game, as he'll continue to throw down there now. The 3-0 pitch, right in there on the outside corner. 3 balls and a strike from Takis. 6-0 Mountain Crest, bottom of the first inning. Colton Hamilton, Cade Polson, Jaron Hall, 1, 2, and 3 coming up for Maple Mountain. The 3-1 pitch, that one in there at the knees for a called strike, and the count runs full on Colton Hamilton.
Right there, good pitcher's pitch right there on the knees at the inside corner. So that's what you like to see as a pitcher. 3-2 count now.
3-2 pitch coming home. Hamilton swings, grounds that one right up the middle into center field for a base hit. And Maple Mountain looks to try to get something going, similarly to how Mountain Crest did with a leadoff single. And Cade Polson will come to the plate. That's just a bouncing ball by Colton Hamilton there. No way no one's going to get it there, as you see it on the Car Guys instant replay. Maple Mountain had a player who was kind of standing up on the top step of the dugout, so he was reminded to get back into the dugout by the home plate umpire. Patoli and Takis on the mound working from the stretch. The first pitch to Polson is in there on the inside corner, and it's 0-1. Polson had, I believe, 3 hits in that ball game yesterday, and it's one of those things from Cada where at times you've seen him have a good game where he gets a couple of hits, but you're still waiting for that big streak to come on.
Right.
Now wouldn't be a bad time to see that streak. The 0-1 pitch coming home, that one bounces in the dirt. A good block by Jake Nelson, and the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Good job there by the catcher there. He's able to keep it in front and keep Hamilton at first base.
Maple Mountain's a good hitting club, and so they're a team that maybe being down 6 here in the first isn't as worrisome as it would be for some teams. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Take is set from the mound. He's in a snap throw over to first, and Hamilton dives back safely. Cade Polson takes a look down to the third base coaching box, now stands in the box here. Takis kind of looking over at first, now brings that front foot and squares up to the plate. The 1-1 pitch, that one gets in there on the inside corner, 1-2. It just froze Cade Polson there. Pretty good hitter's pitch, but just kind of froze him.
Yeah, just had him right there where he wanted it, but wasn't able to pull the trigger on that one. So count goes to 1-2 to Cade. He's got to guard it right here. Try and put the ball in play with Hamilton on first.
Pitch on its way. Polson lines, hits that one to right center field. It's going to fall out there in front of Austin Jones, and Maple Mountain with back-to-back singles, trying to get something going themselves, and now you bring up Jaron Hall. Hall was yesterday's MVP Sports MVP player of the game, or MVP of the game, as he hit that deep home run out to left field. Working on that hamstring, though. Kind of looks like that hamstring or that thigh still kind of, you see him in the batter's box kind of lifting that up. So we'll see how hard he can run. Hall with good speed. Would not be surprised in a sense here if he tried to take a chance on laying a bunt down that third baseline here. Patoli and Takis on the mound. takes a look at the runner at second base and comes home. First pitch, high for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes.
Yeah, if you're Maple Mountain right here, again, you've got runners in scoring position. Again, you're down 6-0, but again, if you can chip a little here, a little there, and shut them down.
1-0 pitch as Hall there kind of quickly gets out of the way of that as it comes inside. Ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes to count on Jaron Hall. Jake Maffey in the on-deck circle to follow for the Golden Eagles. 2 balls and no strikes to count. Takis takes a look at the runner at second base. Comes home, the 2-1 pitch. Hall out in front, swings through it. As 2 balls and a strike. And really, if you're Mountain Crest, you have this big lead. Not what you want to do, on the other hand, is let Maple Mountain back in this ball game.
Yeah, you don't want to. You want to make sure you're throwing strikes and making sure you're knocking the ball down. You don't want to get too much in a hole if you're Mountain Crest.
Big hole out in right center field for Jaron Hall. The 2-1 pitch coming home, and that pitch a bunt that he's going to foul away. It'll be 2-2. Even with that thigh there, he still came down that line in a very good clip.
You know, Jaron, again, he may be hurting a little bit, but he's definitely got the speed, and he's definitely a good athlete. He's not one that's going to just give up right here. He's going to give it all he has all day long.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Hall should see something good to hit here. Runners on at second base, Colton Hamilton. Cade Polson gets his lead at first. The pitch on its way. That one swung on and fouled away, and Hall just kind of reached for it and was able to roll it towards the dugout. Had that stayed fair, gone to the left side where Hall was trying to take it, that would have been a tough play to get Jaron at first base.
Yeah. Well, and if he could get it down past the third baseman, there's such a big gap in left field because the left fielder's playing over in more left center. There's such a big gap right there.
The 2-2 pitch coming home. That one low and away, ball 3. Jake Nelson had to quickly put the glove out there and try to keep that one from getting to the backstop, and now the count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. So both teams have shown patience at the plate, willing to work counts, and right now it's just kind of interesting to see what team's going to get that pitching to come back.
Yeah, the pitching to come back, and a team that's going to start getting a little momentum and be able to hold it.
Hall swings and hits a fly ball to right. Austin Jones coming over and right. He will make the play on the line. Colton Hamilton's tagging. Here comes the throw. It's going to be cut off by Leishman as nobody was covering second base, and we have the first out of the first inning. So with 1 out, we'll bring up the catcher, Jake Maffey. Maffey having a couple hits yesterday for Maple Mountain, as a lot of the Golden Eagles was able to get hits in their win yesterday. Maffey will stand in, hitting from the left side of the plate. Runners on the corners. 1 out, bottom of the first inning, 6-0 Mountain Crest. Working here on the mound will be the right-hander, Petolian Takis. Maffey, an even stance in the batter's box. Circling the bat over his shoulder. He'll call time here and take a quick step out of the box here as Takis was taking a little too much time. Great to be with everybody. A very pleasant day for baseball here. Maple Mountain trying to continue their season to see a 7 o'clock game tonight against an opponent to be determined as Maffey swings and fouls that one away. It'll either be the Woods Cross Wildcats or the Timpanogos Timberwolves. No balls and a strike as Maffey was able to foul that first one away. Maple Mountain puts a lot of good swings on the baseball, even the ones where here the last couple of days where they've gotten out. It's been a pretty good, solid swing.
Yeah, they definitely can swing the bat.
0-1 pitch stays high for a ball, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. And if they can work some counts, maybe force some tough situations for Mountain Crest, just that speed that the Golden Eagles have can cause some havoc on the infield. 1-1 pitch, pickoff move. Diving over safely is Cade Polson. Runners get their lead. It's Colton Hamilton at third, Cade Polson at second. They both got on back-to-back singles to start the inning. The line and the delivery, Polson takes off. Maffey swings and misses. The throwdown almost gets into center field as Leishman had to come over the bag and make the play, as now a couple of runners in scoring position, but a 1-ball, 2-strike count on Jake Maffey.
And you notice right there, Coach Miner didn't take any chances, as he didn't even attempt to send Hamilton over at third.
And this is one of those opportunities for Maple Mountain. You need to come away with runs.
Yeah, they got to have a hit right here.
Time called here as they update the count. 1-2, says our home plate umpire.
Yeah, Maffey's got to get one through the infield right here to try and get these runs on the scoreboard.
Takis sets, comes home. That pitch bounces in the dirt for a ball, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hamilton started to come hard down the line and then took about 3 steps and retreated back to the bag.
Yeah, it was still right within his range right there, so he didn't want to get too far off and get caught right there at third base. You got to be careful and make sure it gets away from that catcher before you attempt to go.
So the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. First base is open, but Mountain Crest doesn't want to load the bases for Mitch Holmes. The 2-2 pitch, the kick and the delivery comes. That ball swung on by Maffey and hit pretty well. It's going to be deep enough to get the run home. Acevedo makes the play. Runners will tag. Polson will go to third. Colton Hamilton comes in to score, and the Golden Eagles are on the board. So maybe not the best desired result there, but you got something back if you're Maple Mountain. And right now, if you can just get that 1-2 runs every inning, you can chip away at this 6-0 lead.
Yeah, they've just got to chip away a little here, a little there. Hopefully Mitch Holmes can come through with the hit and get that run in at third.
Holmes grounds that one over to third base, fielded cleanly by Triplett. His throw across the diamonds in time, and the first inning comes to an end. So the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles do get one back at the end of one complete. From Brent Brown Ballpark, it's the Mountain Crest Mustangs 6 and the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles 1. You're watching the 2015 Class 4A Utah State Baseball Tournament here on Spanish Fork 17.
Lunchtime is coming soon, but you only have 30 minutes to get there, eat, and get back. You'd better head to the dugout, quick. This isn't just fast food, it's good fast food. Our fresh salad bar will please your appetite for a healthy and quick meal. Fresh fruit, fresh toppings, fresh hot pizza, or home-styled sandwiches. Take it back to work with you or eat it right there. For lunch or dinner, the dugout hits a home run. The dugout, next to the ballpark in Spanish Fork.
Auto, home, commercial, and so much more.
Tim of American Family Insurance has been good to us,
protecting our business and making sure our claim went through rapidly.
My business is about helping people. I've discovered that my insurance agent, Tim Shanto, is all about doing the same thing, and I like that.
American Family Insurance is rated #1 in new policy purchase experience.
Let my family help your family. Save money on your insurance needs.
American Family Insurance.
So as we get ready to come back and start the top of the second again, Ryan, you mentioned about Childs and maybe not having a whole lot of time to warm up as he come into the game in the bottom of the in the first inning. He's down there throwing a little bit, and looks like he's more relaxed right here. Hopefully he can be able to come in and shut down the Mustangs right here as we go to the top of the second.
And so an opportunity for Wes Childs and Maple Mountain, a little more spring in the step for the Golden Eagles coming out to start the second than when they came off the field in the bottom of the first inning. And now it's going to be Taylor Acevedo, Patolian Takis, and Tanner Johnson, 3, 4, and 5 coming up. Acevedo walked and then came around to score. First pitch in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1 from Wes Childs. The right-hander Childs gets ready to go once again on the mound. As the right-hander looks in, gets the sign, and kicks and delivers home. That pitch just below the knees for a ball, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Working here from the right side. Acevedo, open stance, that front foot out towards left field. That one comes in high and tight for ball 2, and it's 2 balls and a strike. it is an elimination game at the state tournament, so the loser of this one, their season comes to an end, and so Maple Mountain will try here over the course of the next 6 innings to get back in it. That one comes inside and tight and hits Acevedo.
And that's not a way that you want to start things off, especially getting a runner on with the hit pitch right there.
Batoli and Takas will come to the plate. Takas had an RBI single back in the first that brought in Austin Jones to give the Mountain Crest Mustangs their first run of the ball game. Childs will work here from the stretch with the runner. Acevedo gets his lead. The delivery on its way, that one in the dirt. Good stop by Jake Maffey, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. It really does test the depth of a pitching staff here when you get this late into the ball game, and just kind of test to see here what you can do here at the state tournament. Pick-off move and back diving safely is Acevedo.
Well, again, whether you're Maple Mountain or you're Mountain Crest, the winner, like you say, is going to play later today. So you still got to have a fresh arm and to see how well they can go through this ball game as well as the ball game that's going to take place later today as well.
1 ball and 1 strike to count. As Child sets, looks in, and comes home. That one comes up and tight. Turning out of the way there was Takas. Then it's 2 balls and a strike. And, and that's really the thing. Wes Childs might have been that planned starter for if they get into that 7 o'clock game. So now you might be looking, if you're Maple Mountain, to go with maybe a Cade Polson. I mean, Tyson Ellis threw on Monday, but that one was ball 3. It's 3 balls and a strike. That was only 2 days, so he's probably not available till at minimum probably tomorrow.
Yeah. And so you just got to look at all your options, but right now you got to look at someone that's going to throw some strikes and get an out right here. That one's right down the middle for a strike. Good job there.
And now the count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. A ground ball double play would be very desired if you're Maple Mountain. 3-2 pitch swung on. That ball's hit out into shallow center field. Cade Polson dropped it. It went right off his glove. And they will get the out there at second base as they do get the first out of the inning. And just as I said, Tyson Ellis might not be available till at least tomorrow. Ellis heads down to the bullpen to get loose.
And the routine ball right there for Polson, but just got to make sure you got it in your glove before you make the play. But it brings up 1 out.
So it worked out in the end of the day. You do get that first out of the inning, but it would have, I think, rather just made the play. The first pitch on its way, bunt, fouled straight back to the screen by Tanner Johnson. It's 0-1. Johnson is 0 for 1 on the day. He flew out to Jaron Hall back in the first inning. Wes Childs in relief here. No balls and a strike. Tyson Ellis getting loose down in the Maple Mountain pen. It's been a very busy Maple Mountain bullpen here through the first about inning and a third that they've had defensively. That one misses high for a ball, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike to count. And that might be one of the reasons why we're seeing Tyson Ellis. The plan might be, if they win, that Wes Childs would throw that 7 o'clock game, so they might be thinking, hey, we can send him an inning here, get things calmed down a little bit, and then go with him again later tonight. The 1-1 pitch, the pickoff move, and diving back safely is the courtesy runner at first base.
Yeah, it's always tricky. Sometimes you just never know what those pitching coaches are always thinking.
And, of course, Dallin Peterson only going 2/3. He might be available as well. That one missed away for a ball, 2 balls and a strike. But right now, if you're Maple Mountain, before you can even think about that, you got to get out of this one first and come from behind.
Yeah, you got to get out of these jams and not get too deep right here. Again, prime thing right here would be a ground ball double play.
2-1 pitch right on the outside corner for a called strike, and it evens the count now at 2-2. And that's the pitch you like. That's a tough pitch there for Mountain Crest to. It's a tough pitch to let go, but it's also a tough pitch to hit because it's a ground ball inducer. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. ready to go here, working from the stretch. The delivery home, and that one's going to be grounded right to Cade Polson. Polson to Hamilton for one. The relay to throw to first in time, and a 6-4-3 double play ends the inning for Mountain Crest. Much needed there. Wes Childs finds a way to get the double play, and now we'll see if Maple Mountain can chip back into that lead here in the bottom of the second inning. It's Mountain Crest 6, Maple Mountain 1, as Wes Childs does his job and gets the double play here on Spanish Fork 17.
Grandma, are you coming to my game today?
I have a dentist appointment. I'll try and make it.
At Gunderson Dental, we know you're busy. Family, work, friends, and everything else in your life makes it hard to make time for dental work. Dr. Gunderson and his friendly staff will help you keep on schedule so you can do those things that really matter. Same-day treatment gets more work done with fewer visits and less time. Let us help you feel and look better faster. Be there for the important moments. Call us today at Gunderson Dental in Payson.
Ground. Andrew Wixom standing in, and the first pitch is high and away for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Maple Mountain will send up Andrew Wixom, Sam Moore, and then his scheduled to hit was Dallin Peterson, the pitcher, so I would think that that would be now the spot of Wes Childs. 1 ball and no strikes to count, and that one is, I guess, inside, maybe low for ball 2, 2-0.
Again, one thing you want to do if you're Maple Mountain, you want to be patient right here.
As the count runs to 3-0 on Wixom. If you can just get runners on base, regardless of whether they get on via a hit or a walk, you can get something started.
Yeah, you just got to be patient up there at the plate.
3-0 pitch misses, ball 4, and Andrew Wixom's on with a leadoff walk. So Maple Mountain got a leadoff single by Colton Hamilton, and Hamilton came around to score. And it worked out pretty well in the first. Now you got to get something going as Sam Moore comes up. Moore's a good hitter in the sense of he typically works a lot of counts and finds ways to get on base. And Batoli and Takis hasn't exactly been punching the strike zone pitch after pitch today. The pitch on its way, and Moore out in front of that one as he swings through it. No balls and a strike there as the breaking ball came. Maple Mountain, those home white uniforms with kind of the cursive M there. I mean, I don't think cursive's the right word, but something similar to that. No balls and a strike, the pickoff move. Diving back safely is Andrew Wixom.
Yeah, that's the one thing you got to watch for also is you get those base runners on. Those base runners got to be smart. Make sure they watch their coach's signals and not get caught.
Moore swings, hits that one pretty well out to left field.
Tanner
Johnson watches it fly away, and with one swing of the bat, the Golden Eagles have cut the lead in half. It's 6-3 in favor of Mountain Crest, a 2-run shot by Sam Moore.
Again, just what you've been calling and talking about all day, Ryan, is a little chip here, little chip there, and get a runner or two on and a swing of the bat. And again, they've already cut the lead in a half to 6-3, and still got plenty of ball game left. As like I say, it be the scheduled Dallin Peterson, and it looks like it's Childs.
So Wes Childs hits the home run. Jaron Hall will just ran down to the warning track as he goes and gets that. One of the Salem Hills Skyhawks will go retrieve the baseballs. That one's over for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Salem Hills advancing earlier with that win over Timpanogos. The Skyhawks will meet the Spanish Fork Dons tomorrow afternoon. Winner heads to the state championship. That is going to be a fun matchup tomorrow as that one misses inside for a ball, and the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, two great Region 8 rivals coming together tomorrow. it should be a packed house, and it's going to be a fun time here at Utah Valley.
The 1-1 pitch, and Childs takes that one low and away, ball 2, and it's 2 balls and a strike. A little more excitement now coming from the Maple Mountain dugout, as they are the home team occupying the third base dugout here this afternoon. The 2-1 pitch coming on its way. That one swung on by Childs and hit hard to short. Leishman is there, his throw across the diamond in time for the first out of the second inning. He'll take that, though. A hard hit ball by Wes Childs just hit right at somebody, and with 1 out, we go to Cannon Minor. And this is a part of the lineup that you really have to watch if you're Mountain Crest, because you get Minor, Hamilton, Polston, and Hall, good hitters that have a ton of speed.
Yes, and again, get them on the bases, and they can make some things happen.
First pitch to Cannon Minor. He's going to lay down a bunt, and he just gets the ball to have a backspin, and it rolls foul. If that ball stays fair, Cannon Minor's on with a single.
You know, and that's one thing Minor's done a lot of this year with his speed, is he's been able to kind of place bunt a lot of times, and generally been on there with an infield base hit. But he comes up just short on that one as it rolls foul for 1 strike.
No balls and a strike, and the pitch there on the outside corner and away for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. One ball, 1 strike to count here on Cannon Minor. Colton Hamilton on deck for Maple Mountain. The 1-1 pitch on its way. That one swung on, hit down the right field line. It's going to be a long run. Austin Jones trying to get there, and it's going to go foul. It'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes. Minor will make its way back into the box. So if you like scoring, this is your kind of a game so far. 9 runs scored in the first 2 innings. Again, if you like pitching, though, not so much.
Yeah, it's definitely going to take a toll on the pitchers. But if you're looking at a hitter's point of view, you just have to be patient and wait for those pitches right here.
The 1-2 pitch, the kick and the delivery from Takis is swung on. That ball's hit pretty well, but right to center field. Acevedo gets under it, and he'll make the play. There's 2 away. 2 outs for the top of the Maple Mountain lineup, and Colton Hamilton. Hamilton 1 for 1 today. He had a single back in the first inning and came around to score the first run for Maple Mountain. One nice thing you do like is even when Maple Mountain got down 6-0, you didn't see a lot of panic in the hitters. You didn't see a lot of, urgency. Okay, we got to hit, we got to get on base. They still were working counts. And the first pitch, Hamilton swings and bounces that one to second. Fielded cleanly by Tanner Johnson. His throw to first is in time, and the second inning's complete. But the Golden Eagles get a 2-run homer by Sam Moore to help chip into that lead at the end of 2 from Brent Brown Ballpark. Mountain Crest 6, Maple Mountain 3. You're watching Maple Mountain Baseball here on the Spanish Fork Community Network.
At Curves, we know there's a part of you that's unshakable, another part that's unbelievable, and so many parts that are unstoppable. You've inspired us to add exciting new classes to our one-of-a-kind circuit. From classes that target your core, balance, and flexibility, to Jillian Michaels' total body workouts, the new Curves strengthens every part of every woman. Curves, strengthening women inside and out. Join today for 50% off our enrollment fee. Visit curves.com for details.
My name is Karma Karsten, the owner of Maple Creek Home Health and Hospice. Hospice is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, weekends, holidays. Maple Creek's responsibilities are to keep patients in their homes and managing their symptoms such as pain, fatigue, anxiety, loneliness, allowing their families to have a better relationship with the patient. Take the time to educate yourself about the hospice benefit and what hospice can do for you and your family.
Top of the third inning here at Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem. We want to thank our sponsors for help making this broadcast possible. This broadcast here on Spanish Fork Community Network brought to you by the Car Guys, who sponsor our Car Guys Instant Replay throughout this game and our many other broadcasts here on Spanish Fork Community Network, and MVP Sports for the MVP of the game as we get ready to go as Still trying to find that MVP of the game for Maple Mountain, as right now Wes Childs will go back to work to face Braxton Elwood, who has 4 hits in his last 4 at-bats. He swings first pitch and he fouls it away, and I might be swinging first pitch too if I'm getting hits and every time I get up there. And
yes, there are some hitters that are definitely like that first pitch and try and throw pitchers off a little bit as he fouls out one back.
The 0-1 pitch misses low in the dirt for a ball, and the count evens now at 1 ball and 1 strike. Top of the 3rd inning, 6-3 Mountain Crest. As the pitch comes home, breaking ball swung on, popped up. That's going to head into the seats there, about 6 rows back, and bounce into the 2nd row. So it'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Braxton Elwood, Spencer Triplett, Tanner Johnson. 6, 7, and 8 coming up for Mountain Crest here in the inning. The 1-2 pitch ready to go. Childs looks in, gets the sign from Maffey, and kicks and comes home. That one swung on, grounded to second base. Colton Hamilton backhands. It's going to have to hurry his throw, and I didn't get him.
Too fast on the base path right there, as Hamilton had to backhand it and couldn't get the throw over in time.
And Braxton Elwood firing down that line is able to get there to beat it out. That's the 5th hit for the Mustangs on the afternoon, as a tough play too with the way the ball was hit right up the middle. So here's Spencer Triplett, the 3rd baseman. Triplett was hit by a pitch and then came around to score. This could be a time Mountain Crest might be thinking to just lay a bunt down. They show bunt, but the pitch is away, and Maffey does a good job keeping it right around him there for a ball, 1-0. You see Braxton Elwood there on your screen, the runner over at first base.
Yeah, you might be looking for a bunt right here to put him in scoring position right here. As
the bunt showed there, taken on the outside for a called strike, and the count evens at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to count up the middle. Polson and Colton Hamilton will play a double play depth. Sam Moore playing in at 3rd, protecting against the bunt. The bunt laid down to the right side. Mitch Holmes is going to have to field it. He'll tag the runner, and they get the first out here of the 3rd inning.
Good job there by Mitch, as he's able to keep the ball right there and make the tag to make sure he at least gets the out at first.
And the other thing he does really well there is he makes the tag up high. Sometimes you'll see guys go try to put the tag on the thigh, and that's not recommended because a lot of the momentum's coming with the thigh, and it can actually knock the ball out of the glove. 1 ball and no pitches yet to Tanner Johnson. Johnson 1 for 1, doesn't have an official at bat. Walked the first time, now he's 1 for 1 with a single. Being sent around 3rd is Elwood. Wixom mishandles the baseball, and Elwood will score. Getting Tanner Johnson will have to put the brakes on at 2nd, and it's 7-3 Mountain Crest here in the 3rd.
So on that, he'll get a hit and an error due to the bobble out there with Wixom in right field. And that's going to put Johnson at 2nd base now.
Maple Mountain, I believe, appealed over to 1st, thinking that the runner missed a bag, but our base umpire says he did not. So Mountain Crest able to get their 7th run of the ball game, and here's catcher Jake Nelson. Nelson had a 2-run single back in the 1st inning that brought home Triplett and Tanner Johnson. And the pitch in there, low for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. So if you're Maple Mountain, just because they got 1 back doesn't mean you freak out. You just kind of have to go back to just doing what you were doing and getting outs. The 1-0 pitch, the delivery home from Childs. That one right on the outside corner, but away for a ball. And it's 2 balls and no strikes to count on Jake Nelson.
You know, if you're going to miss right there, that's a great spot to miss in. Just a hair outside. Bring it in just an inch or two, and he's got a strike right there.
The 2-0 pitch on its way. That one low and away, ball 3, and the count moves to 3-0 oh, you'd rather miss too far away, I think, than too far in and then leave it right down the middle.
Absolutely. They're not going to be too hurt right here with the runner at second base, first base being open.
And that one misses low ball 4, so drawing a walk here is Jake Nelson. And now back to the top of the lineup in Austin Jones. The good news for Maple Mountain, the double play now in order. We'll have a visit out to the mound here by the pitching coach as Tyson Ellis will head back down to the bullpen. And I think we're just going to have a straight up change. Tyson Ellis was tossed the baseball. Sam Moore went into the dugout here, and I think we'll have a pitching change here at Brent Brown Ballpark. Some changes to be made as Cannon Miner comes in from left. We'll introduce you to the new pitcher for Maple Mountain after the break. It's Mountain Crest 7, Maple Mountain 3. You're watching the 2015 Class 4A State Baseball Tournament here on Spanish Fork 17.
The story of MMF really begins on 9/11. That's when Marine Corps Systems Command asked a very important question of a group of doctors and research scientists. Is it possible to protect our men and women in uniform from the inside out? We do a great job at protecting our troops from bombs and bullets, but what about from all of those invisible threats that cause our men and women in uniform to be 4 times more likely to contract illness and disease? Organizations and skilled people working together ultimately availed us the creation of a supplement that in fact and indeed does protect the human body from the inside out. So when we discovered this, when we learned of MMF, learned of its existence, and learned what it does, we knew absolutely that we had something very special.
Here at Drockton & Bullion & Coin, we are here for all of your gold and silver needs. We sell silver rounds, highest quality, highest purity, and you don't have to worry about whether they're certified because they are. We also sell collectible gold coins, gold bullion, Morgan silver dollars, our specialty silver rounds like this baseball. Everything you could think about is available through Drockton Bullion & Coin right here in Spanish Fork.
Back here at Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem, Utah, the Golden Eagles make a pitching change as the right-hander Cannon Miner will come in from left field to pitch. Tyson Ellis will enter the game now at third base. Sam Moore goes behind the plate. He'll now catch. And Jake Maffey will go from catching to playing left field. So quite a change out there in left for Jake Maffey. But for Maple Mountain at this point, they get a new pitcher in there. You got the top of the lineup for Mountain Crest, and an opportunity here for Cannon Miner. It's going to give him a little bit different look, that kind of three-quarter course, kind of sidearm delivery, but he has a very high velocity fastball.
Yeah, and maybe that's what Maple Mountain's hoping for, is to give him some different look, something to throw him off a little bit, able to just put the ball in, knock the ball down, and try and make some outs right here. Again, you got runners first and second with one out. Again, try and throw a ground ball up the middle for Polton to try and throw a double play right here.
So Cannon Miner comes in, and he will work from the stretch here to face Austin Jones, who's 1 for 1 today, has a single, and then he walked in his last at-bat that came in the first. And the first pitch is away for a ball, and it's 1-0. Both of Austin Jones' at-bats came back in the first inning. Tyson Ellis playing even with the bag at third. Polson and Hamilton up the middle at double play depth. Miner set the 1-0 pitch. That one low for a ball, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Sam Moore with a good block behind the plate. Jones standing in here with that pretty even stance in the box. It's Mountain Crest trying to get into that game at 7 o'clock tonight. Miner sets, checks the runner at second, kicks and comes home, and there's a fastball in the outside corner for a called strike, and the count moves to 2-1. Caden Bowler running over at first base. At second, it's Tanner Johnson. So good speed for Mountain Crest on the base paths here. 2-1 pitch, high ball 3, and the count runs to 3 balls and a strike here on Austin Jones. Top of the third inning, scheduled to play 7 here at Brent Brown Ballpark. The 3-1 pitch on its way home, and that one's in there at the knees for a called strike as Austin Jones quickly turns out of the box and will now get ready to go. So the count goes full here with 1 out. Runners I would think would be holding here with only the 1 strike, or with only the 1 out. The 3-2 pitch swung on. That one's lined to center field. It's going to hang up for Jaron Hall, who dives and makes the play. And the second out of the inning's recorded, so a much-needed defensive play comes from the Eagles there to get their second out of the inning.
And again, a nice job there by Jaron. He's able to go to his knees and kind of dive for it and get it, but he's able to get up quickly, get the release of the ball, and keep those runners holding at first and second. So great job there by Jaron there. Bringing up the number 2 hitter for Mount Crest, Tanner Leishman.
Leishman's popped out to second and reached on an error back, both coming in the first inning. Leishman from the right side. Minor comes home. Breaking ball comes inside and behind and hits Leishman, and the bases are loaded for Taylor Acevedo. So Acevedo comes up after a walk, and then he was hit by a pitch in the second inning. He led off that inning and then got out on the ground ball hit up the middle by Patoli and Takis, the guy in the on-deck circle for the Mustangs. First pitch misses low and away for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. No place to put Acevedo here. The double play is in order. Maple Mountain will play back in hopes of getting that double play. In fact, with 2 outs,
actually,
they don't need a double
I was
play.
going to say they have the 2 outs. They just got to get the out right here.
And the pitch on the way swung on and fouled right back to the screen as it just kind of trickles over into the on-deck circle. Runners will get their leads here. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Acevedo ready to go in the box, holding that bat head out toward the pitcher. Minor set from the stretch, takes a look at third, comes home, and that pitch is swung on, grounded over to third. Ellis is going to bobble the baseball, and the run will score. Everybody's safe. It's 8-3 Mountain Crest.
Ellis had the right idea. He was just able not to get the bounce off his glove to make that play at home, and that cost him an error right there. And again, everybody's safe, and that still loads the bases.
And Patoli and Takis here has an opportunity to really break this one open. Maple Mountain in the bottom of the second inning fought their way back to get the score, get back within half. Here's a ground ball to Tyson Ellis. He's there. He'll go to second for the out, and the inning is over. But the Mountain Crest Mustangs do add 2 here in the third. Heading to the bottom of the third at Brent Brown Ballpark, it's Mountain Crest 8, Maple Mountain 3. Sam Moore hit a 2-run shot in the second to cut the lead to 5. We'll see if Maple Mountain can make a dent further into that lead after the break here on Spanish Fork 17.
Life, Medicare, and health insurance can certainly be a confusing mess. At the Health Insurance Center, we will help you understand your options and provide for you the highest quality plans available, along with some of the lowest rates in the state. We want to create long-lasting relationships, so you will always know the best options for your changing health care needs. Contact John at 801-400-6473 or visit our website for more information.
Bottom of the third inning here at Brent Brown Ballpark. Patoli and Takis and the Mountain Crest Mustangs have a 5-run lead here in the bottom of the third inning. Maple Mountain will come up. Cade Polson, Jaron Hall, and Jake Maffey, a part of the order that really needs to get something going for Maple Mountain here.
Yeah, if you're Maple Mountain, you want things to start right here with these guys right here, your 2, 3, 4, 5 hitters.
Cade Polson 1 for 1 on the day. He got a single back in the first before being stranded 90 feet from home. Breaking ball stays high for a ball, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. The count. As the 1-0 pitch, the kick and the delivery home from Takis. That ball swung on by Polson, hit well at center field. Going back, Acevedo's going to have to chase it. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Back there on the warning track, Polson's going to take the turnaround second. He's going for third. The throw from Leishman to third is late, and Polson sliding in with a triple.
Polson got some good pop on that ball right there, and they're not able to track him down as he is going to start it off with a triple right there. And again, couple hits, get a couple base runners right here. Again, they are down 8-3, but again, couple here, a couple there. They are still right in this ball game.
Takis comes home the first pitch to Hall, and he swings through it and misses. No balls and a strike. And this is another one of those opportunities. If you're Maple Mountain, when you have runners in scoring position today, when you're trailing, you have to bring them in.
Yeah, they definitely have to get these runs in right here.
No balls and a strike to count. Takis comes home, a good block in the dirt by Nelson, and the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Mountain Crest fundamentally not going to give away many outs. They're not going to give many free bases, and so Maple Mountain's going to have to earn them this afternoon. The 1-1 pitch, that one low and away, ball 2, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Just moving on 3 o'clock here at Brent Brown Ballpark. Winner of this one plays another one tonight at 7. The 2-1 pitch coming home. That ball grounded deep in the hole. That will get the run home. Leishman going to have to hurry the throw, and they didn't get Jaron Hall. He is safe.
Ooh, that was tight either way with Hall at first base, but he's able to beat it out.
We'll get a look on the Car Guys instant replay as that one was hit deep in the hole. Leishman does a nice job, makes a good throw, and we'll see the slow down. Ooh, I think Maple Mountain got a favorable one there.
I think they got away with one right there.
I think he was.
think he should have been rung up right there, baby. Jake Maffey coming to the plate.
Mafia sacrifice fly today. Swings first pitch, pops it up down the right field line. Austin Jones coming in, and he'll make the play for the first out of the inning. And with 1 out, Mitch Holmes. Holmes 0 for 1. He grounded out to end the first inning with a couple of runners at the time. Cade Polson was on at third base, and he just grounded out to end the inning. We'll see if Jaron Hall's given the green light at some time to try to take second base. Hall gets the lead. Patuli and Takis, the right-hander, comes home. And the first pitch in there for a called strike to Holmes, 0-1. No action in the Mountain Crest bullpen. Be nice to see Mitch Holmes just get a hold of one here. The 0-1 pitch. Takis is going to snap throw over, and the ball came out of the glove of Jones. If not, they might have had Hall.
He could have been gone right there. Jaron, a smart base runner too. Just lucky to get back on that one.
Hall will get his lead here. Takis with a pretty quick move as well. Ready to go here from the stretch. And comes home. Holmes takes that one away for a ball, and the count evens up at 1 and I guess it's 2-0.
I think it's 2-0. And they have missed it. It is 1 out. We do have 1 out here.
And our umpire just signaled 1-1. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Takis ready to go again. Comes home. Hall goes. Holmes swings and lines that one foul down the line. So a little hit and run action coming here by Maple Mountain. Using that speed to their advantage, and Hall will make his way back to first as it'll be a 1 ball, 2 strike count on Jaron. 8-4 Mountain Crest. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Runs have been so far given at large so far. Pick off move, diving back, the ball gets away. Hall will take off for second base. he will get there easily. He will be told to stay by head coach Gary Miner, and that was the right call as that one just kicked away from Jones at first base.
So an error right there on Mountain Crest. Now he put it on the wrong team, but that's okay.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch comes home. Holmes swings, hits that one well to center field. Getting back under it is Acevedo. He'll make the play. Hall will tag. The throw will come in. Tanner Johnson will cut it off, and Jaron Hall is on third here with 2 outs in the inning for Andrew Wixom. Wixom in yesterday's ball game hit a home run that just went to the right of the scoreboard in deep right center field. Now wouldn't be a bad time to get another one of those, but at the end of the day, just try to find a way to get Jaron Hall home from third.
Yeah, anything you can do to get Jaron in right here.
Takis sets and delivers home, and the pitch low in the dirt for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Takis has been really around the plate, hasn't gotten too wild tonight either, so that's really helped. I'm sure that Nelson behind home plate really appreciates it as well. The 1-0 pitch, Takis kicks and delivers home, and that one right there for a called strike, and the count evens at 1 on Andrew Wixom. Wixom had a walk in the second inning, came around to score on the 2-run homer by the guy sitting on deck, Sam Moore. With a 1-1 pitch, the wind and the delivery comes home. Wixom swings and pops that one up. That's going to get foul. Back there on the berm, and the count will move to 1-2. The Woods Cross Wildcats have arrived. They're sitting up there next to Salem Hills up on the berm. 1 ball and 2 strikes, the count on Andrew Wixom. The runner gets his lead, Jaron Hall at third base. Takis sets, kicks, and comes home. That pitch fouled away by Wixom. He'll stay alive. The big difference of this one, a 6-run at top of the first inning by Mountain Crest.
Yeah, you take those 6 runs away, and you actually got a pretty close ball game.
The 1-2 pitch, the kick and the delivery on its way. Wixom lines that one into right center field. That's going to fall for an RBI single. Jaron Hall will trot home from third. It's 8-5 Mountain Crest. And there, I mean, that's just clutch hitting there. Get it that 2-out hit, keep the inning going, and kind of cut that. Now you got the tying run in the on-deck circle.
And really, that's all you need. You just need a couple hits here or there, get it through the hole, and get them around.
So with 2 outs now, it's going to bring up Sam Moore. Moore hit a 2-run homer back in the second inning that just went up there onto the berm. I'm kind of forgetting in a sense that we're only in the third inning.
Yep, we're only in the third, so it was only last
First
inning.
pitch, Moore drills that one pretty hard, but that goes foul, and it'll be no balls on a strike.
And you know, if you're Mountain Crest, you don't want to give Sam anything too good right here, as he had a pretty good pop on that pitch right there. Again, he drove the last one out of here, because that'll put us a ball game right there.
No balls and a strike to count. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball swung on, and Moore again gets pretty good piece of it and fouls it away. It's 0-2.
That one down there in the pin for a 2-strike count now.
So 8-5 in favor of Mountain Crest as Sam Moore stands in. No balls and 2 strikes. Wixom gets his lead over at first. And the pitch on its way. Moore lines that one just kind of softly to second. Tanner Johnson fields it and makes the throw to first in time. And the second inning comes to an end. But Maple Mountain able to chip in with 2 more here in the third. At the end of 3 from Brent Brown Ballpark, Mountain Crest 8, Maple Mountain 5. You're watching high school baseball here on the Spanish Fork Community Network.
We need a more convenient place to put a cell phone in our clothing. We don't have it. We have 30 million more cell phones in the United States than there are people, but we don't make a place to put our cell phone. I have witnessed several phones fall out of pockets and shatter on the ground, and I want to eliminate that if I can and solve that problem. of people losing their cell phones out of their pockets when they bend over, when they're working, when they do whatever.
The sheer genius of this is the pocket lock.
And what she's referring to is once we got the angle of the pocket right, we had to find a way to keep the cell phone in it. And what we did is we sewed a return right there, so that when the cell phone goes in and you turn the pocket upside down, that locks the phone in and holds it in so that it doesn't fall off. You know, the worst thing for a plumber is to drop it in the toilet. My son-in-law's a plumber and he's lost several in the toilet until I made him one of these shirts, and since I made him one of these shirts, he hasn't lost one. And I've saved him a couple of cell phones over the last year. Well, I don't care what you're doing, and your cell phone will stay in your pocket and not fall out.
Top of the fourth inning here at Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem, Utah, as Mountain Crest comes up here in the fourth with an 8-5 lead. Maple Mountain slowly starting to chip back in, so the best thing to do if you're Mountain Crest is to keep adding runs up on the board. Be Tanner Johnson, Braxton Elwood, Spencer Triplett, 5, 6, and 7 coming up against Cannon Minor. Minor, the right-hander, winds and comes home. First pitch, low and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Ready to go once again. Minor takes a look into Sam Moore, kicks and comes home. That one high for ball 2, 2-0. And really, if you're Maple Mountain, what you need at this point is you're getting it going offensively, but you need pitchers who can go 1, 2, 3 and keep Mountain Crest off the scoreboard. The 2-0 pitch, that one comes, swung on, popped up. This will help. Cannon Minor will get under it. He'll make the catch for the first out of the inning. So with one out, Braxton Elwood will come to the plate. Elwood on the day is 2 for 2. An RBI single in the first and then a single and a run scored in the third. He scored 2 of the 8 runs for Mountain Crest.
Yeah, one thing if you're Maple Mountain right here, you definitely want to make some quick outs and try and get back in and try and get your bats, keep them fresh and warm.
First pitch, there's a fastball in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. You can kind of see the momentum coming Maple Mountain's way here offensively. They're getting things going, but every time Mountain Crest comes up, they just keep adding runs themselves. Minor will step off the mound there. Mountain Crest scoring 6 in the top of the first and then 2 in the top of the third to open this one up to an 8-5 score. No balls and a strike the count. Cannon Minor sets, kicks, and comes home. That pitch off the glove and rolls to the backstop. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. What a ball game this has been. 13 combined scored runs. The 1-1 pitch coming home, and that one swung on, grounded deep in the hole. Cade Polson's going to backhand it. He's going to attempt to make the throw, and it's well over the head of Mitch Holmes, and it was so deep that really Cade should have just held on to that one.
Yeah, he pretty well already had first base, so luckily it just came right back into play as Elwood just holds at first base.
Elwood's now 7 for 7 in games played here at Brent Brown Ballpark for Mountain Crest. So with one out, Spencer Triplett comes to the plate. Triplett on the day has been hit by a pitch and then had a sacrifice bunt back in the third inning. We'll see if that sacrifice is still on, but with one out, I would highly doubt it. But you never know. Cannon Minor set, ready to go, and the first pitch is low for a ball, 1-0. Tyson Ellis playing about a step behind the infield grass. Now he'll take a step up. Infield up the middle, double play depth. A ground ball here to find a way to get out of the inning would be very kind for the Golden Eagles. The pitch on its way, and there's a called strike on the outside corner. It's 1-1 as the ball gets away from Cannon Minor, but rolls right to Cade Polson. And Miner's hitting the strike zone a little bit more than a couple of the other Maple Mountain pitchers has tonight.
Yeah, he's throwing it right there. He's just got to make sure he throws a good strike and let the defense work for him right here.
Time called as Triplett steps out.
He decides to step off the mound right there, regroup a little bit.
Miner looking into Sam Moore, pickoff move, and diving back there was Elwood. A pretty good move from Cannon Miner over to first. Up the middle, Hamilton and Poulsen, they're ready to go if a ground ball's hit. Holmes holding on the runner, and the throw pitch comes inside for a called strike, and it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. That one just kind of caught the corner as Spencer Triplett kind of tried to back out of the way at the last second. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Miner set here, working from the stretch. The pitch on its way. That one gets all the way to the backstop. Elwood will take second base, and the count will even back up here. Sam Moore just couldn't quite stay in front of it. Two balls and 2 strikes the count on Triplett. Triplett ready to go. And now time calls. It looks like a baseball that some kids are playing with out in the outfield. Looks like they either returned it to the field or it got onto the field, one of the two. So time will be called for them to go pick up the baseball. Sawyer Baum will bring the baseball back to the dugout. The 2-2 pitch just misses inside ball 3. And the count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. A little bit similar location as the 1-1 pitch, but this one just a little bit more inside. So full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. A walk here doesn't necessarily hurt you as first base is open. Miner set, working here from the stretch, and the pitch on its way. Swung on and hit to right. Andrew Wixom coming over. He'll make the catch for the second out of the inning. So with 2 outs, Tanner Johnson will come to the plate. Johnson has scored twice today, walked, and then also had an RBI single in the 3rd inning during the 2-run top of the 3rd inning for Mountain Crest. Up the middle, it's Cade Poulsen, Colton Hamilton playing a double play depth. Cannon Miner working here from the stretch, checks the runner and delivers home the first pitch. That one just above the belt for ball 1, 1-0. The Timpanogos Timberwolves have arrived as they will await the Woods Cross Wildcats in the next ball game here at Brent Brown Ballpark. That one's scheduled to start in 45 minutes, but that will start the conclusion of this one as there'll be 2 balls and no strikes. Timpanogos dropping a game earlier today to the Salem Hills Skyhawks. We'll have an elimination game later tonight. 2 balls and no strikes the count. Miner comes home with that one, and that's in there at the knees for a called strike. It's 2 balls and 1 strike the count here on Tanner Johnson. Jake Nelson, the catcher, would hit next if the inning should continue for Mountain Crest. 2 balls and 1 strike the count. Cannon Miner working here as he peers into Sam Moore behind home plate. The 2-1 pitch, that one high, ball 3, and the count runs to 3-1. So it's going to force Cannon Miner here, I would think, to come in with something good to hit.
Yeah, I would think you'd want to throw him a good strike right here. Again, you only have that runner at second base, though.
Pitch on its way. That ball swung on, grounded deep in the hole. Cade Poulsen's there. He makes the throw across the diamond in time, and the 4th inning comes to an end. So the single by Braxton Elwood doesn't come back to hurt you if you're Maple Mountain. You keep Mountain Crest off the scoreboard. Now the Golden Eagles go back to work, needing a couple runs. They trail 8-5 to the Mountain Crest Mustangs here on the Spanish Fork Community Network.
Free radical production caused by oxidative stress. It's an issue that leads to a host of human health conditions. Just as a lead pipe left out in the rain over time will oxidize or rust, we human beings are aging and rusting because of free radicals. Free radicals attack cells, proteins in cells, lipids and membranes, and even DNA. In fact, DNA is attacked very early in the process.
Engage Global. Abundance in health, abundance in life.
Back here at the 2015 Class 4A State Baseball Tournament here at Brent Brown Ballpark, the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles fighting to play another game here. They're trailing the Mountain Crest Mustangs 8-5, but as we've seen in the last few innings, this Golden Eagle team has some fight in them.
Yeah, they do. They haven't really given up yet. Again, try and get a couple base runners on and try and move them around and see what happens right here as they will start the bottom of the lineup as we head to the bottom of the fourth.
Be Tyson Ellis to stand in and lead it off. Ellis came in to play at third base. Ellis having that big 3-run double on Monday in the Maple Mountain win over Skyview. That double came in the 7th inning with a 1-0 lead for the Golden Eagles. Able to help push the run across as Ellis takes that one, and the count evens at 1 strike. B. Tyson Ellis, Cannon Minor, and then Colton Hamilton. 8, 9, and 1 coming up. 1 strike, the kick and the delivery. That ball swung on and popped up. Coming into the outfield, Acevedo is going to come in from center. He'll get under it. He'll make the play for the first out of the 4th inning. So with 1 out, Cannon Minor will come to the plate. Minor 0 for 1. He flew out to center field back in the 2nd inning. And this is another one of those situations where it wouldn't surprise me if, with having Hamilton, Polson, and Hall coming up, if Minor doesn't try to bunt his way on. The first pitch coming home to Cannon Minor, and he takes that one low for a ball, and it's 1-0. Charging in Triplett. He's going to play about even with the third base bag there. 1 ball and no strikes to count. The kick and the delivery home. Minor this time tries to bunt. Had tried to throw the bat head out there, and they're going to say it fouled it away. 1 strike. Winner of this one plays at 7 against the winner of Timpanogos and Woods Cross. The loser, their season comes to an end. The 1-1 pitch about to come home. Takis delivers that one low and away for ball 2, and it's 2 balls and a strike here on Cannon Minor. So Minor standing in there and battling, working the count very well. The 2-1 pitch, Takis kicks and delivers, and that one swung on and hit out to right. Austin Jones will take a few steps in, he'll get under it, and there's quickly 2 away here in the 4th. So with 2 outs, back to the top of the lineup in Colton Hamilton. Hamilton with a single and a run scored, and then grounded out in his last at-bat in the 2nd inning. As Patoli and Takis trying to get Maple Mountain for the first time in this ball game. The Golden Eagles won't score a run. That one on the inside corner, and it's 0-1. Maple Mountain scoring 1 in the first, 2 in the second, and 2 in the third. No balls and a strike to count, and the 0-1 pitch coming home. That one off the glove of Nelson, gets to the backstop, and the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. 8-5 Mountain Crest, bottom of the 4th inning here on a beautiful day for baseball at Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem. The 1-1 pitch coming home, breaking ball. That one misses low and away, ball 2. It's 2 balls and a strike. So the Golden Eagles have been patient today, willing to take their pitches and willing to wait for something they like to hit. The 2-1 pitch coming home, swung out and missed, and the count evens at 2 as Colton Hamilton was swinging so hard he was trying to hit that one to Springville.
Yeah, he definitely wanted to take that one deep back to Springville right there. Needs to hold back and just watch it right here.
The 2-2 pitch misses away, ball 3, and the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes, they count. Maple Mountain in striking distance. right now, trailing by 3. And the 3-2 pitch about to come home. The kick and the delivery. Swung out and missed, strike 3. Patolian Takis gets his first strikeout of the ball game, and Maple Mountain goes down in order 1-2-3. We've played 4 at Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem. It's Mountain Crest 8, Maple Mountain 5. You're watching Maple Mountain Baseball here on the Spanish Fork Community Network.
Voted 2014 Best Automotive Repair in Utah Valley Magazine, Dickerson Automotive.
What's going on today?
Oh, they're just here for the free Wi-Fi. I've got Australia!
Dickerson Automotive has 3 ASE certified master automotive technicians that smell like bacon. Well, because everybody loves bacon.
Boy, it sure smells good in here. Is that bacon?
Bring home more bacon. In other words, spend less with the Dickerson Automotive Deal of the Month. Call for our specials or visit our website.
At Dickerson Automotive, we're committed to the finest repairs with personal care.
I trust Dickerson Automotive, and you can too.
Dickerson Automotive, way north on Main in Spanish Fork.
Top of the 5th inning here at Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem, as the Mountain Crest Mustangs coming up, looking to try to see if they can't add to their lead. Jake Nelson, Austin Jones, and Tanner Leishman coming up against the right-hander Cannon Miner. Miner sets, kicks, and comes home with the first pitch. Is swung on, grounded to short. Cade Polson's there, and it goes right off his glove, and Nelson's safe at first base. That'll be the 5th error against Maple Mountain on the afternoon. And quickly coming out will be Caden Bowler to run.
That's one thing that's going to hurt you today. You're not going to be able to stay in a lot of ball games when you had a lot of routine errors like that in today's ball game that they've had so far. They got to be able to make those big plays as Jones is going to come to the plate.
Austin Jones has singled, walked, and then flew out to center. I should correct myself. That's only the 4th error of the game against Maple Mountain. Pickoff move, and Bowler dives back safely to the bag, number 4. As he's running over at first base. Cannon Miner from the stretch comes home. The bunt laid down the third baseline. Sam Moore's going to field it. His throw to first is in time, and there's one away. So Mountain Crest willing to move the runner there. And one away, they got a runner in scoring position. And Tanner Leishman coming to the plate. Leishman's popped out to Colton Hamilton, reached on an error, and then in his last at-bat in the 3rd, he was hit by a pitch. Cannon Miner looking for that big out, number 2. In the on-deck circle, it's Taylor Acevedo. First pitch coming home. That's a ground ball hit to short. Cade Polson will have a second attempt here. His throw this time is going to pull Holmes, but he was able to keep the foot on the bag for the second out of the inning. So 2 big outs back-to-back for Cannon Miner, and Taylor Acevedo comes to the plate. Acevedo has walked, been hit by a pitch, and reached on an error in the 3rd. Acevedo steps in from the right side of the plate. Cannon Miner working here from the stretch. Checks the runner at second base, comes home, and the pitch misses away. Snap throw down to second base as Cade Polson kind of snuck in behind the runner, but back standing is Bowler, the runner. 8-5 Mountain Crest, top of the 5th inning. Maple Mountain fighting for their season here at Brent Brown Ballpark this afternoon. Miner comes home, and that pitch is swung on and hit well to center field. But right at Jaron Hall, he'll take a couple steps back, get under it, and make the catch. And the 5th inning comes to an end. So the leadoff error happened in the 5th that allowed Jake Nelson to get on. Doesn't hurt Maple Mountain. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning here at Brent Brown Ballpark. Mountain Crest 8, Maple Mountain 5. You're watching Maple Mountain Baseball here on the Spanish Fork Community Network.
If you want to get ahead in this world, it all starts with a beautiful smile. Now you can smile with confidence with straighter and whiter teeth. Say goodbye to that crooked smile and without those ugly braces. Gunderson Dental is the only certified practice in Utah Valley for the new CFAS process. It's nearly invisible, and it takes as few as 6 months, perfect for our adult lifestyles. Visit our website, excellencebychoice.net, and schedule your appointment today. Get the smile you want at Gunderson Dental in Payson.
Auto, home, commercial, and so much more.
We had a devastating fire. I called Tim at 4 a.m. and he came over and American Family Insurance took care of everything.
We suffered water damage in our home. Tim and American Family Insurance took care of everything.
American Family Insurance is rated #1 in new policy purchase experience.
Let my family help your family. Save money on your insurance needs.
American Family Insurance.
Bottom of the 5th inning here at Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem, Utah. Maple Mountain trailing by 3. And the right part of their lineup in the 3rd inning, the same part of the lineup, help put 2 runs on the board. We'll see what Cade Polson, Jaron Hall, and Jake Maffey can do here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Patolian Takis still on the mound for Mountain Crest. And his first pitch on its way to Cade Polson, swung out and missed, no balls and a strike. Polson's 2 for 2 today, had a single back in the 1st, and then the big triple over the head of Acevedo in the 3rd inning. No balls and a strike, and the 0-1 pitch on its way home misses low and away for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. As we get into this later innings for Maple Mountain, the importance of getting a couple here, or at least 1 run, very important for the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, they're winding down to the last half of the ball game. They've got to definitely put some runners on and definitely get a couple here, a couple there to have to give themselves a chance going into the 6th and 7th innings right here.
1 ball and 2 strikes to count on Cade Polson. The 1-2 pitch about to come home, swung on, popped up high on the infield. Tanner Johnson's going to get under it, and he makes the play for the first out. Patolian Takis just kind of settling in and gets the pop out. And with 1 out, Jaron Hall will come to the plate. Hall flew out to right, had a single, an RBI single back in the 3rd inning that brought home Cade Polson, and then Hall himself would come around to score. Takis, the right-hander, kicks and comes home. That pitch low for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Winner of this one plays again, and about scheduled to be about 3.5 hours. 7 o'clock first pitch. The 1-0 pitch, that one low for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. That's, of course, the scheduled first pitch. And it's 2 balls and no strikes to count on Jaron Hall. Hall stands in from the right side, homered yesterday. The 2-0 pitch, that one in there for a called strike as it comes out of the glove of Nelson there on the transfer. Be 2 balls and a strike. Patolian Takis, though, outside of giving up the 5 runs, has really pitched very well. Two balls and 1 strike to count. The kick and the delivery on its way, and Hall swings and fouls that one away, and count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cannon Miners done a good job in relief for Maple Mountain, putting up 2 zeros on Mountain Crest. Time called as Jaron Hall will take a step out of the batter's box. The right-handed hitting center fielder for Maple Mountain. And the 2-2 pitch coming home. Hall swings and kind of lightly pops that one up. Coming over is Jones. He'll get under it for the 2nd out of the inning.
You know, you look at Maple Mountain right now, and they're just kind of going through the motions. They had a little pop in their step back in the 2nd a little bit, got a couple runs, but now they're just kind of going through the motions. They've got to get a little bit more energy in that dugout to help them get along right here. Jake Maffey coming to the plate.
Maffey takes the first pitch high for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. And you're exactly right. I mean, and we mentioned it when everything was going well, Maple Mountain getting runs, a little more energy now. There's just going up there swinging at almost anything as Maffey chases that pitch there. It's 1-1. And Takis hasn't really been around the plate a ton tonight. He has put himself in a lot of favorable hitters counts, and Maple Mountain's taken advantage of that early on, but not so much here in the last couple of innings. The 1-1 pitch ready to go on the mound is Takis. Takis waiting for the sign from Nelson. Time called as Mafi will take a step out of the batter's box. Takis ready to go. Now kicks and comes home. The 1-1 pitch to Mafi misses low and away for a ball. And it's 2 balls and a strike. Mitch Holmes 0 for 2 in the on-deck circle for Maple Mountain. Favorable hitters count if you're Jake Mafi. 2-1 pitch coming home. There's a ball that's hit well to center field, but right at Acevedo who makes the catch. We've played 5 here at Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem. It's Maple Mountain and Mountain Crest, and it's a lead right now for the Mustangs, 8-5 on the Golden Eagles. You're watching high school baseball here on the Spanish Fork Community Network.
My name is Karma Karsten, the owner of Maple Creek Home Health and Hospice. I've been a nurse for over 30 years and provided hospice care to patients and their families in Utah County as well as Salt Lake County.
I'm Loretta Williams, and this is my mother. If it wasn't for Karma, I don't know where we'd be.
Anyone that comes my way, I've already told them they should see Karma.
If you or a loved one are facing a terminal illness, give us a call or visit our website.
At Curves, we know there's a part of you that's unshakable, another part that's unbelievable, and so many parts that are unstoppable. You've inspired us to add exciting new classes to our one-of-a-kind circuit. From classes that target your core, balance, and flexibility, to Jillian Michaels' total body workouts, the new Curves strengthens every part of every woman. Curves, strengthening women inside and out. Join today for 50% off our enrollment fee. Visit curves.com for details.
Ryan, as we come back to action, this broadcast couldn't be possible without our key sponsors of today's ball game. That's the Car Guys. You can find them at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork, or give them a call, 794-0077, as Takis comes to the plate.
Patolian Takis has pitched very well on the mound here as he gets the first pitch, and that's in there at a called strike. Hitting wise today, an RBI single to help his own cause in the first, reached on an error and then hit into a fielder's choice to end the third in his last at-bat. The 0-1 pitch on its way, turns out of the way, and it evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Spencer Triplett beginning to throw now in the Mountain Crest bullpen. 1 ball, 1 strike the count, the wind and the delivery. That one swung on, popped up. Over towards third, Tyson Ellis, Cade Polson running over, and Polson's going to make the catch as his hat came flying off. And there's 1 out here in the 6th. Polson a little bit easier of a route, kind of more direct route there to that one.
Yeah, it was behind that of Ellis, and nice job by Polson. He's able to kind of get around and come around and make the catch there for the first out.
An 0 for 3 Tanner Johnson stands in. Johnson with a couple of flyouts and grounded into a double play that ended the second. Cannon Miner comes home, first pitch, gets it over for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Maple Mountain will have Mitch Holmes, Andrew Wixom, Sam Moore coming up in the bottom of the inning. The 0-1 pitch on its way, breaking ball, swung on. That ball's hit out to right center field. Wixom coming over. He's going to slide, and the ball goes off his glove. Johnson makes the turnaround first. He's going to pull into second. He'll stand there as the throw from Jaron Hall 2 hops over to third. And Mountain Crest with their 9th hit of the afternoon.
Tough break there by Wixom as he was almost there, and then he kind of slipped, and it got away from him. Tough break right there for Maple Mountain.
And not the man you want to come up to the plate here on Braxton Elwood. Elwood is 7 for 7 in the 2 games Mountain Crest has played at Brent Brown Ballpark in the last couple of days. Miner set, ready to go. First pitch, low for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Maple Mountain needs a big out here to try to keep that run at this point, I mean, you need 3 runs.
Yeah, you've got to knock everything down. You really can't let them score again. Every pitch counts right here.
1 ball and no strikes to count. The right-hander Minor working from the stretch. Looks in, gets the sign, checks the runner, comes home. That one swung on and fouled back. Now even the count up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Maple Mountain, one of 3 teams in Region 8 still alive for the state championship. Spanish Fork, Maple Mountain, and Salem Hills, all 3 alive here. Spanish Fork, Salem Hills will play each other tomorrow afternoon. The 1-1 pitch coming home. That ball swung on, grounded to short. Cade Polson fields it cleanly. He's going to have to hurry, and he's not going to get him.
Not going to get it. He kind of took his time. He wanted to make sure he fielded it cleanly this time. After the last couple, he's had errors, and that's going to be an infield hit for Elwood, because he wasn't able to just up and gun it and not make the throw in time. So that's going to put base runners on for Mountain Crest, first and second now.
Spencer Triplett going to come to the plate, and that's exactly, I mean, sometimes that's the mental side of baseball. After you've made a couple of fielding errors, you want to make sure you make the throw across in time, and he just kind of waited. That's the second time Cade Polson's waited like that, and Elwood's beat it out. Swinging first pitch, this one's hit harder. He'll go to Hamilton for 1. The relay to first in time. 6-4-3 inning-ending double play. Hopefully that sparks something for the Golden Eagles, because they need 3 runs, and we'll see exactly what they can do about it. Mitch Holmes leads off after the break here on Spanish Fork 17. The Golden Eagles flashing their glove. Now they'll look to flash the bat after the break here on Spanish Fork 17.
Story of MMF really begins on 9/11. That's when Marine Corps Systems Command asked a very important question of a group of doctors and research scientists. Is it possible to protect our men and women in uniform from the inside out? We do a great job at protecting our troops from bombs and bullets, but what about from all of those invisible threats that cause our men and women in uniform to be 4 times more likely to contract illness and disease? Organizations and skilled people working together ultimately availed us the creation of a supplement that in fact and indeed does protect the human body from the inside out. So when we discovered this, when we learned of MMF, learned of its existence, and learned what it does, we knew absolutely that we had something very special.
Bottom of the 6th inning, starting at Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem. Patolian Takis going to go back to work here, and he'll face Mitch Holmes in the first pitch. In there for a called strike, 0-1. Maple Mountain now needs to maybe have a little more urgency to try to get those runs. They need 3 to tie. They do have 6 outs to do so, but the second pitch over for a called strike, and it's 0-2 on Mitch Holmes.
Mitch wasn't so sure on that one right there. He thought it might have been a hair outside, so he held back, but he's got to be guarding right here with 2-strike count.
No balls and 2 strikes the count. Holmes will call timeout. It will be Mitch Holmes, Andrew Wixom, and Sam Moore coming up here. Takis sets, comes home. The pitch swung on and fouled away. As you could tell, Holmes there protecting as he just fouls it away.
And there's a little questioning at down the first base side.
No balls and 2 strikes the count. And the wind and the delivery coming home. Takis ready to go, gets the sign, time called. As Holmes swings and misses, strike 3, and there's 1 out here in the 6th inning.
That one was kind of up around the shoulder area, but it looked like one that Mitch wanted to go for, and he swung at that one, just missed it. Brings up the first out.
A second strikeout for Takis on the night, as here comes Andrew Wixom. Wixom's got a pretty good bat, and he takes the first pitch away for a ball. Wixom with a walk and a run scored, and then an RBI single in the third inning. So a good guy that you want up here to try to get something going. 1 ball and no strikes the count. Takis quickly comes home, and that one misses for a ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. We've seen that similar pitch at times called a strike. Andrew Wixom gets lucky.
Must have been just a hair inside. He is close to the plate on the left side.
2-0 pitch. There's one.
There.
Timpanogos and Salem Hills to follow for our viewers that are viewing this game on KSL.com, DeseretNews.com. That one will be coming up as well. 2-1 pitch. Wixom lines that one fair down the right field line. That's going to get all the way into the corner. Mishandling it as the ball skips away is Jones. Wixom's going to hold up at second base as the throw comes in, and Maple Mountain's got a runner on second base. Wixom's second hit of the ball game. He's had a very successful couple of days here at Brent Brown Ballpark, and now Sam Moore is going to step up. And hopefully that kind of gets some energy going on the Maple Mountain side. Spencer Triplett was getting loose in the Mountain Crest bullpen, so I'm not sure how long they'll really let Takis go late into this ball game if Maple Mountain can string together some hits. Sam Moore on the day has a 2-run homer and a ground out. And the first pitch to Moore, and that's a balk, and so the runner will move to third. Takis got halfway in, and then all of a sudden just completely stopped. I think he heard the balk call, and now that's going to move Wixom 90 feet from scoring. And definitely for sure here, if you're Maple Mountain, you got to get that run home now.
Yeah, they're definitely a spot right here that whatever it takes to get that run in.
And Sam Moore chases the first pitch out of the strike zone, and he swings and misses. It snowballs and a strike.
Sam having a 2-shot homer back in the second. Again, got a good bat, but he just needs to put it in play right here.
The 0-1 pitch swung on. That's going to be up the middle into center field for a base hit. And the RBI single for Sam Moore here keeps the inning going with 1 away and will bring up Tyson Ellis.
And it looks like they're going to have a conference at the mound and see if they keep Takis in or if this is the time to pulling. Well, they take this break. Again, we want to thank our key sponsors of today's ball game. That's the car guys. You can reach them at 872 North Main in Spanish Fort. Stop in and see around here at Calvin. They'll give you a great deal on a great vehicle. Again, their number, 794-0077. Many of their cars still have factory warranty. If they don't have exactly what you're looking for, they'll go out and find it for you. So give them a call or stop in at the car guys. 872 North Main. Again, their number, 794-0077. Again, at the conclusion of this ball game, we will choose an MVP player of the game. We want to thank MVP Sports for sponsoring our player of the game. They're located at 72 North Main in Spanish Fork.
So with 1 out, Takis is going to stay in the ball game to face Tyson Ellis, as Ellis represents the tying run for Maple Mountain. On the day, Ellis is 0 for 1, flew out in his last at-bat. There he takes a called strike, and it's 0-1. On deck, it's Cannon Miner, and then you go back to the top of the Maple Mountain lineup. This would be a good time to string together some hits if you're the Golden Eagles. No balls and a strike. Takis sets, comes in, and that pitch right on the outside corner. And down to the count 0-2 is Tyson Ellis. Ellis looking for something similar to the hit he had on Monday. The ball that went all the way to the wall late in that ball game. We'll see if he can come up with something here. Time called as Ellis will take a step out of the box. Sam Moore running over at first base for Maple Mountain. Outfield playing a pretty regular depth all the way around for Mountain Crest. The 0-2 pitch on its way, and chasing called strike 3 was Tyson Ellis. The second strikeout here in the inning, the third on the day for Takis, and with 2 outs, Cannon Miner is going to come to the plate.
So that gives Mountain Crest a little bit more security, and they can relax maybe just a little bit getting that second out right there. But again, Maple Mountain still has a runner at first. Cannon Minor still look for him to do something. Again, he's very fast on the base path.
0 for 2 with 2 flyouts on the day is Minor. And the first pitch on its way. There's a snap throw down to first, and Sam Moore didn't dive. He just kind of hurried back as the ball was taken away for a ball, 1-0. Triplett will come over to the bag and come over to the pitcher's mound, and as will Jake Nelson here. They'll have a quick conference on the mound. Cannon Minor, the hitter at the plate. Triplett's going to play about even with the bag at third to protect against the bunt. Big hole down that left side. If you got one just right up over Triplett and got one down in the corner, Sam Moore could score from first. No balls and a strike to count. Takas kicks and comes home. That pitch swung on, chopped over to third, is going to go foul. Well, it's a good thing that I did because the throw was made. If not, that would have been down the line. Triplett, you could tell, knew he was going to have to get rid of that quickly, and that was, wow. Mountain Crest caught a break there with the speed that was on the base pass. That would have put the tying run on scoring position for sure. No balls and 2 strikes to count, but Tolle and Takas looking for the big final strikeout here in the 6th inning. The tying run at the plate for Maple Mountain is Cannon Minor. And the 0-2 pitch about to come home. That pitch swung on, popped up. Over towards first. Is it playable? And not making the play was Jones.
Right through his glove in foul territory right there by the dugout. And so Cannon's going to be in there with new life. He's got an 0-2 count, but he's got new life as he was just able to get the edge of the bat on that one. But they weren't able to make the catch, so he's got one new life right here as he steps back into the box.
No balls and 2 strikes to count, but Tolle and Take is set, ready to go. He'll throw over to first, and Sam Moore dives back safely. No balls and 2 strikes to count here on Cannon Minor, looking for that clutch base hit for Maple Mountain. Takas working here from the stretch. Looks in, gets the sign, kicks and delivers, and that one's high for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Big hole out in even left center field as Acevedo playing more towards right center. And the right fielder there, Austin Jones, he's playing more towards the line. So there's gaps out there in the outfield and plenty of room to run if Cannon Minor gets one out there. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count, but here you'll just take a base hit to keep the inning alive. Breaking ball, 1-2 pitch called, strike 3. Patoli and Takas strikes out the side. Maple Mountain, though, does get 1 at the end of 6 from Brent Brown Ballpark. It's Mountain Crest 8, Maple Mountain 6. You're watching high school baseball here on the Spanish Fork Community Network.
Hi, I'm Aaliyah, a 4th-generation member of the Painter Motor family. Here at Painter Motor, we offer a wide range of GM makes and models. We pride ourselves in customer quality and competitive pricing. Come on down to our showroom at 1100 North Main Street in Nephi, Utah, or visit our website at www.paintermotor.com. No pressure, no hassle. We'll help you find your dream car.
Hi, this is Paul Drockton with Drockton Bullion & Coin. Many of you are worried about paper and as a result have already invested in gold and silver. Did you know that there's a physical possession IRA where you get all the tax benefits, but you can actually manage where your gold and silver is stored? Why trust a depository where your gold may not be available when you need it? Come to Drockton Bullion & Coin. Not only do we offer gold and silver, we offer security.
So again, we come back to action again. We want to thank our sponsors of today's ball game. That's the Car Guys. You can find them at 872 North Main in Spanish Fort, or go to carguysutah.com. And we also want to thank MVP Sports for sponsoring our MVP Player of the Game. At the conclusion of this ball game, as we go to the top of the 7th, at the conclusion, we will choose an MVP Player of the Game. As we go to the top of the 7th, Mountain Crest will lead it off with their 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the lineup.
Tanner Johnson gets ready to stand in the box. Johnson has scored twice today for the Mountain Crest Mustangs, who are clinging to a 2-run lead. Cannon Miner's ready to go. First pitch, and that's a little high for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Miner definitely wants to go 1, 2, 3 and get his guys up in the 7th with a chance to win it. The pitch on away, that one high again, ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. Miner working a little more quicker on the mound than what we've seen. Here's he'll get a new baseball thrown out by Sam Moore. He's standing pretty much just right there on the pitcher's mound, and now we'll just get ready to go. 2 balls and no strikes, the kick and the delivery on its way. That one in there at the belt for a called strike, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike here on Tanner Johnson. The 2 ball, 1 strike count, the delivery on its way. That one swung on, popped up. This one's in the field of play. Cannon Miner, I don't think, can find it. It's on the pitcher's mound. He'll make the play. Looked like at first that he was having a hard time seeing the baseball, but he put his hands out just to let everybody know I got it. So with 1 out, we go a bit to Jake Nelson. Nelson has a 2-run single, a walk, and reached on an error today.
Yeah, it's a prime spot right here for Cannon to get these 3 quick outs and try and give your guys one last chance to get in there and put some bats together.
That one's going to be inside and high for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Maple Mountain in the bottom of the inning will have Colton Hamilton, Cade Polson, and Jaron Hall. So they'll have the top of their lineup coming up. So a good opportunity for the Golden Eagles to get something going. That pitch swung on, hit to right. Andrew Wixom trying to chase it down, but it's going to go foul, and it will even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Timpanogos and Woods Cross. I almost said Salem Hills. But that was the game that was played before Maple Mountain and Mountain Crest, as the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Working here, ready to go on the mound, Cannon Miner. Jake Nelson at the plate. Just kind of waving the bat around, and now it's ready to go. The 1-2 pitch swung on. This one hit to right. Wixom chasing this one over there as well, but he won't quite get there. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Wixom gets that baseball in, and they'll get it back to Cannon Miner, and they'll be ready to go. If Maple Mountain can pull the victory here, the come from behind victory, they'll get to play 1 more game today. The 1-2 pitch ready to come, the kick and the delivery. That one swung on and fouled straight back, and we'll do another 1-2 pitch. A nice job there by Jake Nelson, just staying alive, fouling that one back. And the 1-2 pitch about to come home. Swung on, this one's in the field of play. Hall will go back on it in center field. He'll get under it, and he'll make the catch for the 2nd out of the 7th inning. So with 2 down, it'll be Austin Jones coming to the plate. Jones has a single, a walk, a fly out, and a sacrifice bunt on the day.
Yeah, if you're Maple Mountain right here, this is what you want. You got first 2 outs. You want to try and shut Jones down right here, and again, give your bats 1 more last chance.
Ready to go, Cannon Miner kicks and comes home. The pitch is going to be away for a ball, and it's 1 ball and no strikes to count on Austin Jones. Jones an even stance in the batter's box, looking to get something with 2 outs going for Mountain Crest. That one away for a ball, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Tanner Leishman, the shortstop, on deck for the Mustangs. Ready to go, the 2 ball, no strike count. And Miner comes home. That pitch, low ball 3, and the count moves to 3 balls and no strikes as Sam Moore will go out and have a quick word with Cannon Miner. Top of the Maple Mountain lineup due up in the bottom of the inning, where Maple Mountain will need 2 runs. As it sits right now, the Golden Eagles would need 2 runs to tie, and then they can win it with 3 in the inning, which with that part of the lineup coming up wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility to tie this ball game. Pitch on its way, misses, ball 4, and Austin Jones is on with a 2-out walk here in the 7th. Tanner Leishman, the shortstop, will come up. Leishman, a ground out hit by a pitch, reached on an air and popped out to second.
You know, you got to hand it to Cannon Minor right now. He's been able to actually come in and pretty much shut down Mountain Crest for the most part. Come into a tough spot. You know, they had a couple other pitchers come in and have some rough spots during the game, but Cannon's come in and really kind of shut them down.
So with 2 outs, Minor set, ready to go. The first pitch bounces in, gets underneath Moore's legs, and that's going to go to the backstop. Taking the turn, the snap throw, and they got him. No!
Oh. Not sure he had him on the throw down right there.
And I think about half the Maple Mountain team did. Jaron Hall was already into center field. He's telling Mitch Holmes now, go back to first base. Gary Minor, I don't think too happy about it. And it looked, from here anyway, it looked like that tag got down. We'll see on the Car Guys instant replay. Heads up throw by Sam Moore. Make sure here we slow it down at the end. And
still not too close to call, but again, I think like everybody else, I think they thought he was out on this side. And they're going to have a conference at the mound just to make sure they have all their signals and plans in order with this 2 outs. They don't want that run to come across. Again, when we take this quick timeout, we want to thank again our sponsors that make these broadcasts possible. We want to thank Spanish Work 17 for bringing you the coverage of today's Maple Mountain baseball. We also want to thank the Car Guys for their instant replay, and we also want to thank MVP Sports for sponsoring our MVP player of the game. Looks like we're going to have one more pitching change as Cannon Minor goes to the dugout, and it looks like we'll have one more pitching change. So, and looking at the replay, oh, so close again. Like I say, that's too close right there. We'll take, we'll come back from after these messages from our sponsors here on Spanish Work 17.
Nutrient formulation, or MMF, is a unique proprietary blend of important antioxidant micronutrients and key minerals to conform to the CQF format. Basically what that means is we have uniquely combined endogenous antioxidants, the kind that the body makes, with dietary antioxidants, those that you get from the diet, and importantly, glutathione elevating agents. Glutathione is your body's most important internal antioxidant. What we've been able to do is combine these in the right dose, the right ratio, the right isoform, and with the proper dose schedule to give you the best biologically available and best biologically effective product. And that's why we get the excellent results that we get with MMF.
If you want to get ahead in this world, it all starts with a beautiful smile. Now you can smile with confidence, with straighter and whiter teeth. Say goodbye to that crooked smile and without those ugly braces. Gunderson Dental is the only certified practice in Utah Valley for the new CFAS process. It's nearly invisible, and it takes as few as 6 months, perfect for our adult lifestyles. Visit our website, excellencebychoice.net, and schedule your appointment today. Get the smile you want at Gunderson Dental in Payson.
My name is Karma Karsten, the owner of Maple Creek Home Health and Hospice. I've been a nurse for over 30 years and provided hospice care to patients and their families in Utah County as well as Salt Lake County.
I'm Loretta Williams, and this is my mother. If it wasn't for Karma, I don't know where we'd be.
Anyone that comes my way, I've already told them they should see Karma.
If you or a loved one are facing a terminal illness, give us a call or visit our website.
Back here at Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem. Some defensive changes for Maple Mountain as the right-hander Cade Polson will take over on the mound here with 2 outs in the top of the 7th inning. Tyson Ellis will move from third base over to short. Sam Moore moves from catcher to third base. Cannon Minor goes from pitcher to left field, and Jake Maffey comes in from left field back behind the plate.
Now pitching from
So I think the whole left side of the infield, in fact it has, the whole left side of the field changed for Maple Mountain with that pitching change. As Cade Polson will go to work here against Tanner Leishman, looking to try to make sure that run there at second base doesn't come in to score, and the Golden Eagles can get up in the bottom of the 7th inning and try to tie this ball game or even win it with 3. Cade Polson, the right-hander, working here against Leishman. Polson will work here from the stretch. 2 down, top of the 7th inning. 8-6 Mountain Crest. Polson looks in and comes home, and that pitch is in there for a called strike, and it's no balls and a strike to Tanner Leishman. Hamilton and Ellis up the middle, normal depth. Sam Moore and Mitch Holmes playing regular as well on the corners. The 1-1 pitch coming home. That pitch right on the corner for a called strike. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes the count here on Tanner Leishman. Polson looking for that final strike here in the top of the 7th inning. Ready to go, working from the stretch. Comes set, and the 1-2 pitch swung on and fouled away by Leishman as it will roll over and hit the top step of the dugout and roll into the Maple Mountain dugout. Woods Cross and Timpanogos to follow us here if you're watching on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com. Then the winner of this game getting the winner of that game at 7 o'clock. And the 1-2 pitch about to come. The kick and the delivery. That one swung on, bounced to short. Ellis will take the second hop, and the throw to first is in time. And the top of the 7th inning comes to an end for Mountain Crest. So the walk doesn't come back to hurt Maple Mountain, but now the work begins. The Golden Eagles need 2 to tie and 3 to keep their season alive. We'll see what happens with the Golden Eagles after the break here on Spanish Fork 17.
Voted 2014 Best Automotive Repair in Utah Valley Magazine, Dickerson Automotive.
What's going on today?
Oh, they're just here for the free Wi-Fi.
I've got Australia.
Dickerson Automotive has 3 ASE certified master automotive technicians that smell like bacon. Well, because everybody loves bacon.
Boy, it sure smells good in here. Is that bacon?
Bring home more bacon. In other words, spend less with the Dickerson Automotive Deal of the Month. Call for our specials or visit our website.
At Dickerson Automotive, we're committed to the finest repairs with personal care.
I trust Dickerson Automotive, and you can too.
Dickerson Automotive, way north on Main in Spanish Fork.
Bottom of the 7th inning here at Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem, Utah. The Maple Mountain Golden Eagles coming up, looking to try to go for the tie. They need 2 runs here in the 7th inning to tie, and 3 would put them in the 7 o'clock game tonight. Hamilton, Polson, and Hall coming up, 1, 2, and 3. All 3 of the hitters have gotten hits today and have found their way on base. And the first pitch to Colton Hamilton in there for a called strike, 0-1. Hamilton's single came back in the first. He then grounded out and then went down swinging back in the 4th. Taka's set ready to go in the 0-1 pitch. That one swung on, going the other way, and that is going to find the outfield wall. It one hops at Hamilton heading in for 2. He'll be there, and the tying run for the Golden Eagles coming to the bat. Triplett has been getting loose in the pen in between. Once again, he was getting loose in the top of the 7th inning, so we'll see how long Takis stands in. But now it's going to be Cade Polson. And this is not a part of the lineup you want to mess with if you're Mountain Crest.
No, it's not. Cade Polson 2 for 3 today. He's got a single, triple, scored a run back in 3rd. Popped up his last time up. But right here in the middle of the lineup, it's the guys you want up here in the 7th.
Polson from the right side of the plate. Takas is set on the mound, checks the runner, comes home. Swung out and missed as Polson chased the first pitch. It's 0-1.
He was looking at left field on that one. He was looking to take that one deep. Just getting a little too excited right there with that swing.
No balls and 1 strike the count. Talk is set, ready to go from the stretch. Takes another look at Hamilton at second, and the pitch. Polson goes to left field with it, but out in front again, and it goes foul, and it's 0-2. They know that Tanner Johnson's playing more towards the gap, and so an opportunity, if they do go down the line, that's an easy stand-up double for Cade Polson.
Yeah, that's right where Cade's really wanting to go, is right down that line, because he knows it's open right there. He's got to guard it right here with the 2-strike count.
The 0-2 pitch on its way. That one swung on, hit to right field. It's going to fall for a base hit. Colton Hamilton will be held at third base as the throw comes in, and Maple Mountain's going to bring the winning run to the plate in Jaron Hall. And now the energy returning to the Maple Mountain dugout, and we're going to have a pitching change. I'm pretty sure Patoli and Takis' day is going to come to an end here because Jaron Hall can win it with 1 swing of the bat.
Yeah, 1 swing right here. And Jaron's definitely got the power to do it in the right spot. Again, you got the runners on right here. But they will make a pitching change. We'll be back for the conclusion of this finale right here after these messages from Spanish Fork 17.
At Curves, we know there's a part of you that's unshakable, another part that's unbelievable, and so many parts that are unstoppable. You've inspired us to add exciting new classes to our one-of-a-kind circuit. From classes that target your core, balance, and flexibility, to Jillian Michaels' total body workouts, the new Curves strengthens every part of every woman. Curves, strengthening women inside and out. Join today for 50% off our enrollment fee. Visit curves.com for details.
Hey, do you know someone who needs cheering up? This design is a cheerful arrangement of hot pink carnations, lime green spider mums, pink alstroemeria, and purple accent flowers with a mixed green base. This is a cheerful arrangement for any occasion. This design is a topiary of alstroemeria in orange and yellow with cute Gerbera daisies and a mixed green base.
Carrie's Designs Floral is located at 245 South Main in Spanish Fork.
Welcome back here to Brent Brown Ballpark on the campus of Utah Valley University. The tying run on the base pass for the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles after Cade Polson delivers a single. Runners on the corners. New pitcher is going to be number 16. Spencer Triplett's going to come in. Topoli and Takas will go to third base. And now Jaron Hall comes to the plate. Hall yesterday hit a home run to left center field that kind of helped get some of the scoring started for Maple Mountain. Obviously here you don't want to try to do too much, but just try to see a way to keep this game going as you get into Maffey and Mitch Holmes and Andrew Wixom in the middle part of that lineup.
Yeah, you definitely just want to get something up into play and definitely get that runner in at third. But you've definitely got to have base runners right here with Jaron coming to the plate.
Triplett set, ready to go. From the stretch, runners on the corners. And the first pitch, high for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. A lot of pressure here on Nelson behind home plate to make sure that he keeps the baseball in front of him. Hamilton at third, Polson at first. The 1-0 pitch. That one right in there on the outside corner for a called strike. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. On deck, it's Jake Maffey. Then it would be Mitch Holmes. 8-6 lead for the Mountain Crest Mustangs, trying to hold on to this one and keep their season alive. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. The delivery on its way home. That one off the plate for a ball, and it's 2-1.
Just a hair outside on that one.
Hall working himself into a good hitter's count here. Triplett looking in, gets the sign from Nelson. Big holes out in left center field and down the left field line. That's going to get hit into center field.
That's going to drop.
That's going to fall. As falling was Tanner Johnson, and the runners will move up. Coming into scores, Colton Hamilton, and the winning run for Maple Mountain is now on the base pass at first with nobody out. Tanner Johnson may have, had he stayed up, somehow gotten to that, but it was just kind of hit out into no man's land, and now the tying run sits on at second base. Jake Maffey comes to the plate. Maffey with a pair of flyouts, and then back in the first inning had a sacrifice fly. Cade Polson with good speed on at second base. Jaron Hall with what would be considered by a lot of scouts in that to be plus speed at first. A ball in the gap here could score Hall from first. Jake Maffey at the plate. I would not expect Maffey to lay a bunt down here.
No, I would look for the hit right here.
First pitch high, 1 ball and no strikes, especially with Triplett kind of being around the plate. Now different, maybe if you're in like your 8 or 9 hole hitter, maybe then you'd see the bunt, but not with a good hitter like Maffey.
Exactly.
I'm on the same page with you on that.
Yeah, they want to take a swing right here and get those runs in.
1-0 pitch is low ball 2, and if you're Triplett, what you don't want to do is walk him and load the bases.
Exactly, because then you've got Mitch Holmes coming to the plate, who definitely has some pop as well.
Behind him, you have a 2 for 2 Andrew Wixom as well. 2 balls and no strikes the count. Triplett from the stretch comes home, and that one swung on, popped up on the infield. Giving it a look will be Ty Jones in foul territory, and he will make the play for the first out of the inning.
Probably besides the strikeout, that's the one ball you didn't want to have right there, as he popped it up in foul territory on the right side as they're able to make the catch for the first out.
And right there, now a double play for Mountain Crest can win it, as Mitch Holmes will come to the plate. You could say maybe Jake Maffey works that count a little bit better, but at the end of the day, that doesn't matter. He fouls out for the first out of the 7th inning.
Yep.
Tying run on at second base is Cade Polson. Triplett here working from the stretch, takes a look at Polson at second base. The pitch on its way to Holmes is down the middle for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Tanner Johnson in left field moves a few steps over, kind of hugging that line. No balls and a strike the count here on Holmes. Big hole on that left side of the infield with Takis playing a little bit closer to the bat. Time called here.
Yeah, you still get it down the line, though. You got a big gap in left field.
No balls and a strike. The delivery comes home, breaking ball, called strike 2.
Right at the belt, just kind of froze him right there. Wasn't really looking for it.
And Maple Mountain not happy about that one as both coaches step down the line. No balls and 2 strikes here on Mitch Holmes. Andrew Wixom would follow for the Golden Eagles. Triplett set, working from the stretch. Checks Polson at second base. And the runners go. That pitch is away. Polson slides safely into third. And now the winning run for Maple Mountain's in scoring position. A double steal. Gary Miner taking what could have been considered by some a huge chance there. But now he puts excellent speed on, and a base hit could very easily win you the ball game.
Yeah, now all you got to do is you've got to put the ball in play and get it out of the infield.
A fly ball to the outfield, and you probably tie this ball game.
And a hit up the middle probably scores them both.
1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Pressure on Triplett here as well, because a ball that gets past the catcher ties the game as well. Triplett comes in, the 1-2 pitch, low ball 2, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Mitch breathes a sigh of relief on that one as he didn't get rung up on that one. So count's evened up at 2-2 now.
Exciting finish. Maple Mountain got down 6-0 in the top of the first, trying to complete the comeback. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. The wind to the delivery. That one bounces in, gets away. Polson's coming in. We're tied at 8 here at Britt Brown Ballpark, and the winning run is 90 feet away. A fly ball to the outfield now if you're Maple Mountain puts you in the 7 o'clock game, and that's an exciting group of kids right now.
Yeah, and they have to watch that throw right there as it got away from the catcher and they tossed it back. But they got to remember there's another base runner on right there over at third base in Hall. So they got to be careful. Hall's got to stay right there. Make sure he doesn't get tagged anywhere. Now they just, like you say, they got to put that ball into play and get it out of the infield right here.
Polson did a great job of going immediately when that ball gets by him and just sprinting for the plate. And now a 3-2 count coming to Mitch Holmes, and exactly a fly ball to the outfield. Mountain Crest has to bring the infield in, and you have to wonder here, if you're Mountain Crest, would it make sense, and this might be kind of risky still with one out, do you intentionally walk the next two hitters to at least allow the double play or the force at the plate to come up? I know teams have done it in the past. I'm not a fan of it personally, but somehow here, or do you take your chances? I think you almost take your chances with Mitch Holmes, just taking a whiff and missing.
I think you do. I don't think you put him on. I don't think, like you say, I don't think you look at those other options and putting on a forced play. I think you just take your chances with Mitch right here, and hopefully he gets the hit, and hopefully Maple Mountain comes away right here.
Now in high school baseball, the difference between college and the pros, they don't have to, if they do go with the intentional pass, which honestly in a 3-2 count, I don't know why you would. They don't have to even make the throws. All they have to do is tell the umpire, we want to put him on, and he'll just head right down to first.
Correct.
3 balls and 2 strikes the count on Mitch Holmes. Jaron Hall 90 feet away. Chance to send Maple Mountain to continue their season. Triplett sets, kicks, and delivers. Below ball 4, Holmes checks the swing. Mountain Crest wanted to appeal, but it looks like they will appeal, and no, says the base umpire. So Mitch Holmes drawing a big base on balls. Now the double play in order, but now you got to face Andrew Wixom, and I believe we're probably going to get Peyton Pond to come in and pinch run, and we will. So now you put speed in on for Pond, and they're going to intentionally put Wixom on now.
Which after that walk, that isn't a bad idea, because you are getting into the bottom part. But then that brings up Sam Moore, who's going to
Now it looked like that's what they were going to do here. Now they sent Wixom back, and they're gonna they will put him on.
They will put him on. The one thing you got to be careful with right here with Sam Moore is Sam's just got to hit one deep enough to get a tag to get that run in. The other thing you got to be careful with Sam is you don't want to give him anything too good. He's already 2 for 3 with the home run back in the second.
And the thing is with Sam Moore, too, he's got 3 RBIs on the ball game. You do have the double play in order, but like you said, for him, you have to bring your infield in. So it's not going to take much here for Moore to get that run home.
I don't think they're really even looking much at the double play. They're bringing everybody in on the corner. They're looking to cut that run off. So all Sam needs to do is put it into play, get it past the infield, or hit it deep.
Triplett set on the mound. He'll pitch to Sam Moore. First pitch bounces in for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes the count. You got a very good base runner and a very good speed at third base. So it's going to have to be hit shallow enough to score the run. Tyson Ellis awaiting on deck. If an out should occur, that doesn't continue the ball game. If not, we're heading to extra innings. With only 1 away, and the pitch on its way. That one in there for a called strike, and Sam Moore kind of froze a little bit after that one was called.
Yeah, it was a good pitch, and he just kind of froze right there, but it's only a 1-1 count. So right here, he can pull the trigger.
1 ball, 1 strike the count. Triplett checks the runner at second. Kicks and delivers, breaking ball, misses ball 2, and it's 2 balls and a strike. There's the one disadvantage of doing the intentional pass to Wixom. There's no place to put Sam Moore now.
Correct.
So if you get into a situation where it's 3-1, you have to throw a pitch over the plate. 2 balls and a strike. The pitch comes in, low ball 3, and now the pressure has to come on Triplett. It's either over for a strike or it's low for ball 4, and the ball game is over. Triplett will take a step back onto the mound here and carefully think about this next pitch. You have to think it's probably going to be a fastball. Moore ready to go. He calls time at the last second as Triplett delivers. Kind of a late time call given there to Sam Moore.
And And again, that's something you got to be careful with right there, because sometimes they grant you that time and sometimes they don't. And if they don't, that could have been a strike right there. So Sam kind of lucky to get away with one, but he steps back into the box right here.
3-1 pitch coming in. Moore lines that one foul, and now the count will go full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Runners at first and second can be on the move. Although, actually, no, not with 1 out. Sorry.
No, 1 out. But they will be off. I mean, they'll be off on the pitch a little bit, but they just want to make sure that it's going to be through.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Triplet set, kicks, and delivers home. Called strike 3. As Sam Moore turns and shows his displeasure with the home plate umpire, as there's the second out of the inning. And now it's going to come up to Tyson Ellis.
Mount Crest breathing a sigh of relief a little bit right there as they're able to get that strikeout. Again, it still loads the bases. You still got anything possible. Pass ball, still, a hit up the middle, still scores that run, but puts a little bit more pressure on Maple Mountain right here with that 2 outs now.
Bases loaded. Tyson Ellis stands in, and he'll call time and now stand back in the batter's box. Going down in the bullpen, Cade Polson will begin to throw if the game should continue and we head to the 8th. The pitch, high, ball 1 to Tyson Ellis. The best thing for Maple Mountain might be just to take care of it now and just win it now. 2 balls and a strike the count. Sorry, 1 ball and no strikes the count on Ellis. Bases loaded, Jaron Hall at third base. Everybody's off on contact here. The 1-0 pitch right down the middle, called strike, and that one looks pretty good from here as Ellis takes it for a called strike, and it's 1-1. Andrew Wixom at first, Peyton Pond at second, Jaron Hall at third. Maple Mountain digging themselves out of what was at one time an 8-2 hole or an 8-3 hole. Breaking ball, called strike 2, and now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes the count.
One thing you don't want to do if you're Ellis right here, you don't want to look at that called third strike again, just like Sam Moore did. You need to definitely go swinging right here and give yourself a chance to put the ball in play.
1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Hall, the runner on at third base. The kick and the delivery comes. That one low, ball 2, and the count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Good discipline there, not to be so desperate just to put one in play, that Ellis was able to wait on that one. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Bases full of Golden Eagles. Triplet set, working from the stretch. Kicks and delivers home. Called strike 3, and we're going to extras here at Brent Brown Ballpark. Maple Mountain, though, does their job. They get 2 in the 7th. We're tied at 8 here at Brent Brown Ballpark. A big back-to-back strikeouts by Triplet, and now it's a brand new ball game. We head to the 8th here at Brent Brown Ballpark. Mountain Crest 8, Maple Mountain 8. You're watching Maple Mountain Baseball on Spanish Fork 17.
The story of MMF really begins on 9/11. That's when Marine Corps Systems Command asked a very important question of a group of doctors and research scientists. Is it possible to protect our men and women in uniform from the inside out? We do a great job at protecting our troops from bombs and bullets, but what about from all of those invisible threats that cause our men and women in uniform to be 4 times more likely to contract illness and disease? Organizations and skilled people working together ultimately availed us the creation of a supplement that in fact and indeed does protect the human body from the inside out. So when we discovered this, when we learned of MMF, learned of its existence, and learned what it does, we knew absolutely that we had something very special.
Ryan, we're back. We're headed here to the top of the 8th. We're having a great baseball again. Maple Mountain just had some chances right there as they had bases loaded in the bottom of the 7th, and couldn't able to get that winning run across. So we're headed here to the top of the 8th. Cade Polson comes in, and he's still on the mound for Golden Eagles.
And it's not going to be easy because now instead of ending it for the Golden Eagles, now you have to step up and you have to face 3, 4, and 5 for Mountain Crest. Tanner Acevedo to stand in and lead it off. Acevedo walked and scored back in the first, reached on an error, has been hit by a pitch, and flew out to center in his last at-bat. Cade Polson, the right-hander, will go back to work. Polson came in to get the final out of that 7th inning and came in to score the game-tying run. As you see, his jersey's covered with dirt. That all came on that head-first dive. Acevedo takes the first pitch high, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Now really the game goes down just to inning by inning at this point. Every inning becomes like a 1-inning game as that one high for ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes.
You know, and I look at Cade right here. Cade's throwing the ball pretty hard, but he's definitely got to hit the zone. That one's right there.
As there he puts that one in a nice spot over the plate. It's 2 balls and a strike. That'll feel good to get that first strike. I'm sure his energy's going pretty well. 2-1 pitch on its way. That one swung on and whoa. Thought that one might be coming straight for us here.
Yeah, we're not protected by the net right here.
I almost took one last year. Came right up here and just happened to go right around me here, around this pole that sits to my right. Didn't bring the glove again today either. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count, and the pitch to Polson on its way. That's high, ball 3, and the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And if you're Maple Mountain, you definitely don't want to put that tying run on the base, or that lead run on the base paths here. 3-2 pitch, high, ball 4. Taylor Acevedo on, and now that's going to bring up Petolian Takas. Takas on the day, an RBI single way back in the first. Reached on an error, grounded into a fielder's choice, and then popped out to Cade Polson back in the 6th inning. Polson will take a step off the mound here as I think we have a Maple Mountain looks like they might be making a
change.
And they just signaled 1 out to the pitching coach here, and he'll go out. I'm not sure if they're letting him know, hey, that's your first visit or what that was there.
Well, they take this quick timeout again. We want to thank our sponsors that make our broadcast possible. We'd like to thank Spanish Works 17 for bringing you the coverage of today's Golden Eagles baseball. We also want to thank our key sponsors of today's ball game. That's Car Guys. You can find them at 872 North Main in Spanish Fort. And again, at the conclusion of the ball game in our post-game show, we will choose an MVP player of the game. We want to thank MVP Sports for sponsoring our player of the game.
Petolian Takas will come in to step in the box here with nobody out. And Mountain Crest here we'll see as Takas gets some instructions from Coach Alex Hansen down that third base coaching box. We'll see if the bunt play might be on here. Sam Moore at third base playing in case that does happen. The bunt is showed. It is laid right back. Polson catches it, throw to first. They double off the runner. And Cade Polson fired up as he pounds his fist against his chest there. And that just took the morale from the Mountain Crest Mustangs. And with 2 outs, it's going to bring up Tanner Johnson.
Great heads-up play there by Polson again, coming off the mound so quick and able to get that, get the glove on it and make that double play. So again, if you want anyone that's going to fire you up right here, it's Polson on the mound.
Tanner Johnson is 1 for 3 on the day. That one hit a double that came back in the 6th. First pitch is in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. That Maple Mountain game was supposed to be a 7 o'clock first pitch, although the way it's looking right now, it's probably going to be a little bit delayed. That pitch high for a ball, 1-1. Woods Cross Timpanogos still has to play. The winner of that would play the winner of this one. If you would have told me after that 6-run first inning that Maple Mountain was going to come back and tie it. That one swung on by Johnson, hit well, but right at Cannon Minor. He'll make the play, and the inning is over. So the Golden Eagles, after the break, will have a shot to win it. Cannon Minor will lead off. It will be Minor, Hamilton, and Polson coming up after the break here on Spanish Fork 17.
Auto, home, commercial, and so much more.
We had a devastating fire. I called Tim at 4 a.m. and he came over and American Family Insurance took care of everything.
We suffered water damage in our home. Tim and American Family Insurance took care of everything.
American Family Insurance is rated #1 in new policy purchase experience.
Let my family help your family. Save money on your insurance needs.
American Family Insurance.
Fresh cut lettuce, perfectly sized vegetables, all the things you need for a fine salad. Fresh baked breads and pastries, cinnamon rolls to drool for. Home-styled sandwiches that will please any appetite. Is this some new gourmet restaurant in town? Nope, it's all right here at the Dugout. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the Dugout hits a home run. The Dugout, located next to the ballpark and the fairgrounds in Spanish Fork.
As we come back to action here for the bottom of the 8th inning here in extra innings at Brent Brown Ballpark at Utah Valley University for this Class 4A baseball tournament. We want to thank Spanish Fork 17 for bringing you the coverage of today's high school baseball action. As we head to the bottom of the 8th, we'll have the 9-1 and 2 hitters up for Maple Mountain. They'll lead it off with Cannon Minor.
So Minor will get ready to stand in the box here as we start the bottom of the 8th inning. Minor is 0 for 3 in this one. Last at bat, he went down on strikes to end the 6th inning. Triplett worked his way out with back-to-back strikeouts in the 7th. But now he's got to face a tough part of the lineup, and the first pitch on its way is in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Maple Mountain needs one run to win it, that's all. They scored 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third, then 1 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th. So the pattern stays true. They would have to score 2 here in the 8th, but they'll just take the 1. And that one's over for a called strike, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, let's just get that 1 run, get that 1 hit. Hopefully they're able to move on right here.
No balls and 2 strikes the count. Triplett sets, kicks, and comes home. That pitch swung on by Minor, and he was able to get out in front of it and made enough contact to foul it away. Colton Hamilton on deck, and then Cade Polson. Jaron Hall would hit 4th here in the inning. And Jake Maffey would hit 5th. Bottom of the 8th inning, we're tied at 8. Spencer Triplett on the mound. The right-hander sets, comes home, the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and popped up into foul territory. Jones gives it a look, but it's going to go foul, and we'll get set here with another 0-2 pitch. So Minor able to fight it off to stay alive. On KSL.com and DeseretNews.com coming up, Timpanogos and Woods Cross. That one, if you're watching us today on either of those websites, you can see that next Timpanogos Woods Cross game there. The 0-2 pitch coming home, breaking ball just off the plate for a ball, and it's 1-2. Could tell Cannon Minor there was kind of looking at that. Oh, okay, that's a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count on Minor. Triplett looks in, gets the sign from Nelson behind home plate. Big hole sitting off into left center field. The pitch on the outside corner for ball 2, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, and just misses on that outside corner. You've got to be careful and guard it with a 2-2 count. Again, Maple Mountain's got to have a base runner on right here in the bottom of the 8th.
2 balls and 2 strikes the count. The pitch on its way, and that one misses, ball 3. And after being up in the count, no balls and 2 strikes, Spencer Triplett has thrown 3 consecutive balls to Cannon Minor, and now is in danger of putting the leadoff man on. And you don't want to put a guy like Cannon Minor on with his speed at the bottom of this lineup. 3-2 pitch on its way. That one swung on, popped up. Down into left field. It's a long run. I doubt anyone's going to get there.
He's not going to make it as it goes foul.
There's a long run with Tanner Johnson playing so far, trying to play it into that gap there to cut off a double. That's just a long run. If he's playing a little bit more over, he might have gotten to that. But
yeah, if he plays a little bit more dead even or more to the line, he probably gets that. But new life for Cannon Minor with a 3-2 count here.
3 balls and 2 strikes with nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The right-hander Triplett gets ready to go to work and delivers home the 3-2 pitch. Miner swings, pops this one up. Jones going to give it a look, but this one is going to get into the maintenance utility area, and we'll get ready to go again with another 3-2 pitch. So Cannon Miner staying in there, battling, finding ways to stay alive here. Spencer Triplett, the right-hander, delivers the 3-2 pitch. Low and away, ball 4, and Cannon Miner's on.
Miner kind of got a little lucky right there. I was waiting to see if he was going to ring him up because that's a tight call. It could go either way on a 3-2 count. Miner gets the walk to start things off for the Golden Eagles.
And now you have to kind of think that there's a good chance a bunt could be on here with the leadoff man on. Coach Gary Miner giving Colton Hamilton some direction. Cannon Miner, the runner over at first. Triplett will throw over, and diving back is Cannon Miner. Triplett, you can tell, not throwing over very aggressively, not wanting to take the chance that he would miss the throw, and if he does that there, Miner gets easily to third.
Yeah, and with Cannon and his speed, you very well could look to try and bunt him over right here.
Hamilton pulls the bunt back, but it's a called strike, and it's 0-1.
So if Hamilton's going to put around to bunt, he needs to put around to bunt right there.
As the baseball looks like got onto the field, as Tanner Johnson will run over and pick the ball up, and he'll toss it back onto the berm for the kids playing down there. Woods Cross Wildcats sitting up on that berm. They're getting ready. Timpanogah is sitting a few rows in front of us. The winner of that one gets the winner of this one and the late game tonight here from Brent Brown Ballpark. And the 0-1 pitch, pickoff move. Miner dives back safely again. Hamilton will take a step out of the box. Maple Mountain can win it here in the bottom of the 8th inning with a 1 run. That's all they need. They fought back in to tie it. Now they're looking to win it. Breaking ball, that one misses away as Hamilton pulls the bunt back, and the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Spencer Triplett, the right-hander, working in this pressure pack situation. Takis moves in a little bit closer. He's playing out 3 or 4 steps in on that grass.
Yeah, he's kind of looking for that bunt right here.
1-1, bunt showed again, pulls it back, runner goes, the throw is high, and having a leap was Tanner Johnson to keep that one from going into center field. And now the bunt for sure could move the runner down to third after Cannon Miner steals the bag. It's a 2-1 count in favor of Colton Hamilton.
Yeah, now you've got Cannon Miner at second base. You got to be careful, though, with the lefty. He's got to make sure he gets down on the right spot if he tries to bunt right here.
Tries showing bunt, pulls it back, ball 3. It's 3 balls and a strike. Cade Polson to follow. So has at least one more opportunity to try to get the bunt down. It'd probably be preferred to get Miner to third with the 1 out for Polson and Hall. But then you have to wonder if Mountain Crest might not just put those 2 guys on. It's kind of what they did in the 7th inning as the 3-1 pitch comes. That bunt's laid right back to the pitcher. They don't go to second. The throw to first down the line. Hamilton slips as he goes to second. Miner's going to be waved around third. He will score, and Maple Mountain lives to play another game.
Hold on.
No, they stopped
No. Oh, they did let him come all the way around. I thought they were going to call him back due to dead ball, but they let Miner come all the way around as that ball went out of play on the air. And so again, Maple Mountain comes up victorious as they fought their way back with this one. And they come up victorious 9-8 in a wild fashion here at Brent Brown Ballpark. Again, the final 9-8 over Mountain Crest. We'll come back and wrap this up right after this break from Spanish Fork 17. So as we come back for our post game, Ryan, again, we talked about this at the beginning of the game. Mountain Crest gets 6 in the first, and Maple Mountain got 1, and then they got 2, and then they got 2 again. We talked about it, just chipping back, couple here, a couple there, and that's what they had. That's what Maple Mountain had to do. They had to come back. They chipped a few here, chipped a few there, got 2 in the 7th. Could have had a chance to win it in the 7th. Couldn't get that final run across, but they're able to do it in the 8th. And again, you got to hand it. They didn't get down on themselves. They just fought back a little bit here, a little there. They live to play another game later tonight.
Yeah, that's one of those things. We mentioned it. Hey, you get down 6-0, not the end of the world in a sense. In a moment, really, where Maple Mountain could have done two things. They could have just been like, well, this one's over, or they could have been like, hey, we're going to stay in, we're going to fight. And that's exactly what Maple Mountain did. The pitching finally got around. Cannon Minor in relief. Put up 3 zeros in that middle part of the ball game for him, which was a huge turning point. But then when you look into that 8th inning with that bunt, part of me kind of wonders, we'll never know, obviously, but the pitcher there for Mountain Crest probably should have just held the baseball. No one was clearly covered. There were 2 guys over there covering the bag, but I wasn't sure who was actually going to get the throw. Had he just held on to it, maybe they lived to play longer. We'll never know.
Yeah.
But just kind of one of those thoughts I had before we went to break in the bottom of the inning. But no doubt, when you take a look at Cade Polson's performance today, coming up with those 2 hits, being on third base, seeing the ball kind of bounce in the dirt and the block happening there by Nelson, to see it skip away and just immediately to have that instinct to dash for the plate. Just a great performance by Cade Polson. And then to come up in that 7th inning and go 1-2, or get that final out there in the 7th to come up and then go 1-2-3 in the 8th. A great performance by Cade Polson.
Yeah, a great all-around performance by Maple Mountain again. Gutsy performances by everybody, able to not get down and able to bounce back. Again, Cade Polson, just a all-around gutsy player, and we give him our MVP player of this ball game. Again, Maple Mountain lives to play another game later tonight. It is scheduled for 7 o'clock. It'll probably be closer to 8 o'clock, but we're going to stick around. I know the crew's going to stick around, and we'll be around. We'll bring that game to you live again. It'll probably be 7:30, 8 o'clock by the time we come back on the air. But again, a great performance by Maple Mountain as they defeat Mountain Crest.
And we will keep you posted as we get closer to that time when we have an idea. But obviously, Woods Cross and Timpanogos, they'll have to get their game in, which will probably be starting around a half hour. So we'll keep you updated on the official start time for the Maple Mountain and, well, the winner of Woods Cross or Timpanogos.
Yeah, I'll be the winner of this game of who Maple Mountain will face later tonight. Again, there will be updates, and we'll keep you posted on when we come back on the air. But again, a great performance by Maple Mountain. For Ryan Pickering, I'm Kyle Breathwaite, and for everyone here at Spanish Works 17, thanks for watching. We'll catch you later tonight, everyone.